It's Friday night. Coming at you with this podcast. Coming at you with some powerful shit right now. Got that clear eyes. Got that full heart. Can't lose. Riggins, get at me. Share this podcast. It's powerful. It's positive. Keep it moving, people. It's Friday night. Friday Night Lights. Where you at, Riggins? It's Friday. It's Friday. Ads time. Steel City Tattoo, SteelCityPA.com. 314 East Broad Street, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. Their number is 610-807-9781. John Bicknell, Elvis Lewis, Jay Cooper, Bob Bradley. Steel City is a tattoo shop with custom tattoos. They're located in Bethlehem. Anyone who ever asks me where to get tattoos, because a lot of people ask me where to get tattoos, I send them to Steel City. They have everything that you could possibly want there. They take walk-ins, and they also can make appointments for you. Please stop in and check them out. Amateur Athlete. Amateur Athlete is a skateboarding and snowboarding shop located in Bethlehem, PA. The owner is Joe Yo, and they are the longest running skateboard shop in the area. It used to be this super small hole in the wall where you could, it was the only place to get skateboard stuff. That has grown. They have a huge space over in the Westgate Mall. It's 42 Westgate Mall, Bethlehem, PA, 18017. They have a bunch of deals going on over there. Go check them out this weekend. You can call them at 610-866-0114 to ask about what they have there specifically if you want different brands. Their Instagram is Amateur Athlete, and you can get 10% off if you mention Never Again Radio to Joe. So go in there, check them out. They got Nixon watches, they got Oakley, they got all kinds of stuff. SBI Bail Bonds, SBI Bail Bonds of PA.com. Jesse Shive is a bail bondsman. If you have any troubles and needing any sort of legal advice or just needing to get somebody out of prison, call Jesse at SBI Bail Bonds. You can find out all of that information on SBI Bail Bonds of PA.com. Shipyard Skates, shipyardskates.com, Shipyard Skates Insta. Go check them out. It's my brother Henry's skateboard company, but they do have t-shirts. They're actually pretty cool. You can get all of that stuff at shipyardskates.com. He's got a bunch of new stuff. He's got supply and demand and things going on over there. Just go check him out. That didn't make sense. I don't care. He doesn't pay me. Go check out shipyardskates.com. The next fellow that I have on my list here of sponsors is Rizart. Rizart's coming up this weekend, and he's doing a bunch of stuff for me. He's making a table for me for the podcast room. He's also painting some oars from Brother Island. You can see all of Rizart's stuff at rizartblogspot.com, Instagram and Facebook, Rizart at yahoo.com, and you can contact him at 908-578-6212. Rizart is an artist and a machinist and whatever else you want to call him. The guy can do a little bit of everything. So if you're looking for gift ideas for December or for Halloween, holler at him. He's a solid dude. His work ethic's incredible, and you can see all of his work at rizartblogspot.com. The Other Fish. The Other Fish is on 59 East Broad Street, Bethlehem, PA, 18018. They are open Tuesday through Thursday, 5 to 10 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 5 to 11 p.m. I'm going over there to eat before the podcast. It is Japanese cuisine, and the owner and chef is Matt, and the sushi chef is Jay. They are the Other Fish Sushi Bar Japanese restaurant, and they were voted 2015's best sushi in the Lehigh Valley. They have all kinds of stuff over there besides sushi. Great menu. Go check it out. Really cool place. BYOB, 59 East Broad Street, Bethlehem, PA. One of our other sponsors that I've been working with is Sam, and that's Sam at the Wise Bean. Go over there and check her out. It is 634 North New Street, Bethlehem, PA, 18018. Check them out. It's the Wise Bean. You can see them at thewisebean.com. I'm working with Sam. We're making travel mugs, and then we're going to make some T-shirts, and we're just going to start growing each other's businesses together. She's awesome, a really good friend of mine to work with, and you can call them at 610-867-5010. You can also email them at hey@wisebean.biz. So it's hey, Hey, @wisebean.biz. And that's 610-867-5010. It's an awesome little shop. If you're bored, you can go over there and talk to Sam. If you got business to do, you can go over there and focus. You can hook up to Wi-Fi. It's a really great little spot. Every time I'm in there, there's just cool people hanging out. It's a great atmosphere. And I met Sam's parents last time, and they're also awesome. This podcast is brought to you also by Never Again Clothing. That is what I started 7 years ago, and I have a ton of stuff going on now. I've grew the brand. Now we're doing this podcast, and you can see all of my stuff on neveragainclothing.com. You can see the podcast live Friday nights off of a feed on. There's a podcast section on the website, and you can hear all of the past podcasts that have been done previously. I think we're up to like 27. I'm not sure. It's hard to keep track, but we do this every Friday at 7 p.m. and then usually put them up around 11 at night Friday, and then Saturday is the best time when everyone gets them. But we do have some listeners that listen Friday nights. But you can check all that out at neveragainclothing.com. Podcast you should check out is The Dope Show. Check out The Dope Show on iTunes. And it's my good friend Andy, and he's got this hip-hop podcast, and it's really awesome. There's another podcast that you should check out is Tyler Rothrock's podcast. Is Definitely Right Maybe. Type DMR, or no, Definitely Right, DRM in, I'm so dumb, I do these last minute, DRM in iTunes search, and you'll pull them up. It's Tyler and his buddy, and they argue over topics, and they bring a guest on. It's really cool, and we're trying to do the show soon, so check it out. And Jesse, you can hit my motherfucking music, because I wrap this shit up quick, biatch.
I got me things on my mind. I got me
Okay.
Shout these little laughs.
I didn't know where to put that ad. There's too much purple in this room.
No,
It's awesome. We're recording, so
Cool. That Edward Scissorhands.
What's up, motherfuckers? Welcome to Never Again Radio.
The Edward Scissorhands I was going to put over here, but I thought that was too much purple on one wall. Yeah.
I actually think that's good because it coordinates. I like things to match.
So do I.
You don't want to get too mad.
Yeah,
I don't want to get too symmetrical.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the symmetrical person.
I am symmetrical too, and I'm trying to get out of that. Trying to be.
So she's
Yeah.
not. She will.
Oh, no.
Every wall in her house is a different color. I'm like this and then that, and then gonna tie this color
I had somebody else decorate
Yeah, like
this.
I can't have two walls touching that aren't the same color. Like it's got to be split up by something, like a door.
I think every wall in my house is a type of blue.
Yeah, you have a lot of blue. She likes blue. I like purple.
I just started liking purple. A friend of mine, Jamie Morlock, started making these like Amy Winehouse and the Bruce Valanche, and then she made me the radio one. She a friend of mine turned me on to her, and she does
Purple's
really
my
awesome
favorite
work.
color.
I'm actually trying to do a art show with her, and I got a hold of Banana Factory, but it's just I think it's just going to be tough pulling it off. But I'm going to
They're
keep
nice.
bothering them and pressuring them.
That's what you do. You have to just be a thorn in people's sides sometimes.
Yeah.
That's what
I've
Mike
done that
is.
before to get attention. Just keep, like when I wanted to get my leg done by Mike Chambers, I just kept emailing him.
Yeah.
You can't get in with him for like a year and a half. And I was like, what I'd do is I'd send 3 or 4 emails in a row, the same email, like it was a mistake.
Yeah.
So that when he went to look at his email, there'd be this block, and he'd be like, oh, and you have to look at a block.
Yeah.
And then when he had a cancellation, he was like, you just emailed me so much, I remembered you. And I got in. I got a giant, beautiful tattoo here by him within 3 months.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I should probably introduce everybody.
Okay.
Chris is not here. He's on vacation.
Yay!
All right.
Poor Chris. We miss you.
You suck, Chris. You fucking prick.
Where is Chris on vacation?
He went with the Rel on a retreat to Mexico.
Interesting.
Punta Cana.
Punta Cana.
Oh, that's
I was there.
Dominican Republic.
I won a trip there.
Dominican Republic.
I danced in a Frankenberry outfit. You can see the video on YouTube if you type in Frankenberry Fauerbach. And a friend of mine, they were doing like, what bartender has the most something? And a friend of mine that was the beer person was like in charge of it. So he's like, I'll just put you in the drawing. I think they actually rigged it for me to win or to get to the event. But then you had to do something stupid up on stage. So I had this
And you were good at
Frankenberry
that.
costume. So, but I was sober at the time, so it was like really fucking nerve-wracking. And
What was it right when you became sober? Like
yeah,
couple
it was like
months,
2
right?
months in,
Yeah.
so I didn't even know what
Yeah.
the fuck was going on.
I kind of remember you telling me about
So we
that.
went over to the bar's closed now. What the fuck was it? It was that sports bar at the end of Bethlehem here.
Pigpen?
Yeah, no, not Pigpen. That's Allentown.
That close.
Starters. So I got up on stage. The whole video's online, but then
Yeah.
I went to Punta Cana and it was awful.
Oh,
Why?
no.
I was dating somebody and they broke up with me on the beach.
Wow.
Out on vacation?
Yeah,
That's horrible.
yeah.
Fuck.
That's a no-go.
Nope.
You don't do that.
I didn't know that.
Then what do you
yeah.
do?
You have a 4-hour plane ride to sit next
Was
to
it
your
like
ex.
halfway through the vacation?
Man.
It was day 2. We had 3 days, and then we
Ugh.
were walking on the beach, and
What
then
a
she
bitch.
said, "Do you remember when I said that I loved you?" And I said, "Yeah, I remember that." And she goes, "I kind of meant like as a friend."
Oh.
Yeah.
Free trip to Punta Cana.
Wow, what a
And what
fucking
sucks is that
man.
my best friend was supposed to go with me, Joshy Butter. But I was like, yo, dude, like, it's her birthday the day we leave. So, like, I went over to her house and was like, yeah, here's these tickets, like, for your birthday. Let's go.
I'm gonna take this trip and then just be a bitch.
Yeah.
Wow, that sucks, man. I'm sorry.
No, you don't have to apologize. You learn from everything.
You do. You learn from.
We all
everything.
grow
That's for sure.
like butterflies
Yep.
coming out of a
cocoon.
larva. Yeah, cocoon.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah, I still
We're
feel like
all
I'm
like
half a caterpillar.
yeah, we're all like little caterpillars that just grow into these beautiful butterflies.
Yeah, I feel like we should. I feel like we should dim the lights and hold each other.
Yeah, we can hold hands.
No.
No, thank you. I
I
pass.
would
Yeah, we
like
can-
to.
Do you see the divide? Do you see the divide yet?
This is why they don't sit over here.
Oh.
We are very like-minded.
Once again, there's a lot of outlets right here with lots of
Yeah,
power.
it's the outlets. It's
You
not
guys are
'cause
luckier
you
over
guys
there
are
because I'm very
racist.
touchy feely. Well, it's good.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
We'll get into that later.
Yeah,
but
no,
they'll
I'm not
they'll
gonna.
battle
I'm
you
not
on
gonna
that.
get into that.
So we have electrifying Eric on the stream.
I love how my name changes every week.
It could have been worse.
Electric.
Electric Eric. Yeah, that's what I started out as.
He's electric.
The feed, our internet sucks dick here, so the feed might go in and out. So whatever.
Oh.
If you're watching this live and chatting and it freezes up, bear
Yeah, and
with
that's
us.
probably why I don't look as good because of the feed.
Yeah.
I'm really
That's
good looking.
probably it.
Or
Me,
Just
me
so
too.
you know, ladies.
It could be the lack of the man hair on the face.
All right.
We have
That's it.
Nothing.
That's it.
That's it.
Sheriff
Disappointing.
Ripcord, Tasty Roll, Jesse Shive.
Jesse.
Oh, he hates all of his
Ripcord.
nicknames. Yeah, he joined the. Will you explain it?
Wolfpack, which we're probably going to bring them on.
Not the Insane Clown Posse people,
No.
if that's what you're
What
thinking.
is there? Was a band called Wolfpack.
No, not that. No, Wolfpack. It's a group of people that go out when there's missing people, like missing kids or whatever.
Oh, nice.
So when they go need a bunch of people to go, these
That's
guys
actually
volunteer
awesome.
their time to go
We're
out
trying
and
to
look
get
for people.
They're gonna come
That's
on the
really
show.
cool.
We're just trying to book them.
Good for you,
I'm,
Jesse.
I think I'm gonna
That's
join.
awesome
but
that you're
do
doing
you-
that.
Do you have to get a name?
You can pick your own. The reason they do that, and I told other guys they just said, "Do you have a nickname?" And I was like, "I have an Xbox name." I don't know.
Yeah.
No, you
But they
told
just
them, you
picked-
told
He has
them
a
about
nickname.
the
No.
Tasty Roll. didn't
Sheriff
you?
Tasty
Yeah, I
Roll.
just said I do a podcast and don't call me any of those names. So he goes, "Well, we'll come up with something." But the reason they do nicknames is because when you're out looking for somebody, everybody has walkie-talkies and they show like different grids. So if there's like 4 Chris's, they're not going to go
Chris.
Chris 1, but if they give you a nickname, it stands out.
It sticks.
So how do you join this?
I went and signed up. You need like a reference. and
He
stuff.
did
Just
like
prove
what they were doing, like
everything.
a seminar, right?
Yeah.
And then he talked to them about coming on the podcast.
Yeah,
and
the guy
trying
was
to-
like, absolutely. And I said it would be good because,
No,
people are always
definitely.
missing.
Why wouldn't
Yeah.
yeah.
No, I have a couple of really cool
That's
guests lined
a
up.
great thing to join.
Yeah,
It's pretty legit.
but they have canine dogs and stuff that the police get to
Are you
use and look for
cold?
people. They
Do you
bring
need
them
another?
along
Do
too.
you want another blanket?
So,
That's awesome, Jesse. Good for you.
That's really cool.
yeah, so we want to bring them on.
I'd offer to join, but I don't have enough time, so I'm not even gonna.
There's
like,
always time
lie
for
and-
missing children.
I'm not even gonna lie and say
Alzheimer's
that I might
patients.
do that.
Just being honest.
etc.
It's better.
Yeah.
I'll leave him alone. We also have the honey badger who's putting on his big boy britches and sitting in the big chair tonight.
Hey.
And
Normally he sits over there and then just kind of just doesn't talk, but tonight he has to.
And you
so.
forgot you forgot to introduce yourself, the Podfather.
No, that's not.
The Podfather.
Podfather, Mike
Podfather.
Fauerbach.
All right.
Podfather.
It is
Podfather?
The
the
Mole
Podfather.
Man.
Wait, you know what?
Yeah.
This entire time he hasn't had a nickname.
That's right.
has
He's the
he?
Podfather.
I love
He
that.
Now he
loves
does.
it. He loves
It's
The
it.
not pretty
Podfather.
good. It's taken from Kevin Smith,
matter.
who's
He
already
loves it.
doing podcasts.
No, his
It's
name's the
stolen.
Mole Man.
It's stolen.
But this
Or
way,
Mikey Mike the Mole Man.
it's pretty
Yeah.
safe to say we're not going to meet Kevin Smith, so I think you're allowed to use Pod.
no,
Well,
it's copyright.
They
you
are
know?
shooting
I agree
Mallrats
with
2 in
Mike.
Exton.
I
That's
think
pretty
his-
close.
His name should be Mikey Mike the Mole Man.
No.
Hey, fuck you.
I forgot to. I haven't talked to you in a while, but I was at the the Brew Works the other day. I've been trying to get somebody to come on who will let a canine dog attack me, and I put it on Facebook. It's like
So you have to have a suit on, Gwen.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm going.
Well, I'm scared of big dogs. I'm
Yeah, but
just saying, that's
he
fucking
wants to
brave.
get attacked by a dog and then immediately get sprayed with
No,
pepper
no,
spray.
no.
And then get
no,
tasered.
no.
Oh, can I tase you, please?
You're separate.
I don't.
Do you have one?
Yes.
Oh, do you have one with you right now?
Listen, she was late to the shop today, so when she walked in the door, I hid behind the fridge and I was like, bzz, bzz, one for being late and one for not having your makeup on, and she wasn't having it today.
Did you actually shock her?
No, I didn't. I've never shocked anybody,
no.
but I
Those
want
are
to.
those are stun guns.
What do I
He
have?
wants to get
I have-
tasered with the wires.
No, I have a flashlight. That's a electric.
That's a stun gun too. Yeah.
But I want to just do it to someone.
Do it to Mike.
No, you have to do the with the wires.
I wanna
Badger,
do it
would
to-
you do it?
Badger, can we tase you at the
No.
shop?
It
We'll give
hurt.
you a free haircut and
Free
then
haircut
tase
with
you.
taser.
Dude, it hurts
Let's
so
tase
bad.
him while he's getting a haircut.
Can we run that as a promotion?
Free tase with any haircut this month.
Why would I want to do that?
Well,
For a haircut?
I mean, we do great haircuts.
Will you give me a full body wax?
Shell can handle that.
Why? Yeah.
You don't want a full body wax. That shit hurts. Trust me.
Well, it's probably going to be as painful for you as it is for me. So.
I happened to be at the Brew Works, and I sat next to this. I sat next to this guy. I sat next to this guy, and he starts talking to me, and he's like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "I can only have a couple of drinks because I have my dog's in a competition tomorrow." And I'm like, "What?" So I just didn't want to talk to him anymore. I just thought he was doing weird stuff with
Like
his
he
dog.
had like this
Oh, you're a
poodle,
dog weirdo.
He had like this poodle Shih Tzu mix
Yeah, that's
that
what I
he was
pictured.
drinking,
He had
and they're
a
holding
schnoodle?
up and
Oh
they're
my
like,
God, that
number
thing.
2 in show.
So then
Look at its hind legs.
he kept bringing it up, and I'm just like, well, what do you mean? And he's like, I'm an Allentown police officer, and I'm a canine cop. I've been for 13 years, and the dog is in a competition. And I said, this is so weird. And he goes, why? And I go, for the last month, I've been looking for someone who will sick a dog on me. Can you make this happen? And he goes, absolutely. And I said, well, the last people I talked to about it, they either were unsure about it for insurance reasons or the police department wasn't in on it. And he was just like, no, we're totally cool with all that. He goes, I don't even care if you don't sign a waiver. He's like, here's my card. He's like, call the chief of police, run it by him, but we're into any promotion at all.
He works for
Wow.
Allentown?
Yeah. So
The
they're-
chief just quit.
It's a new chief.
Oh, they got a new one already?
Yeah, way to make it depressing, Eric.
What worried me?
Jeez,
What if
we
this
were all
new
excited for
chief
this,
doesn't
and we're
want to
like,
work
I
yeah,
would-
the chief quit and the whole corporation's going under.
At least you admit they're a corporation.
I'd like to see you get attacked.
Mike,
by a
can
dog.
you please?
I'm gonna.
keep
So I
going
said to
with your
him,
story?
I was like, let's do
Sorry
this.
for
And
Eric
he's like,
interrupting.
he's like, are you sure you want to do it? He's like the dog's gonna take you the fuck down. Like he's like, and the one thing is that I have to intervene because the dog doesn't let go when I yell. He's like, you're gonna get fucked up.
Oh shit.
And I was like, yeah, I'm in, man. But I haven't had a chance to call him. I think he's on my list of calls tomorrow.
Did he tell you what kind of dog it was?
He showed me a picture. It's a.
They're not German Shepherds anymore.
They're Belgium, Illinois.
Yes.
Did you want me
What's
to
that?
say it was a German Shepherd so you can correct me, or did you just
No,
want to
I
tell
wanted
us?
to know. No, because some of them,
The
there
fuck,
are
man?
What's
still
the Belgian
German.
Malinois?
Belgian Malinois.
What is that?
It's
Big
a type
and
of dog.
scary.
A dog.
He said.
Is it big?
Yeah.
He said he's had
No.
it since it
And
was
they
a puppy.
listen.
Smaller than a German Shepherd.
They got up from overseas, like Germany or somewhere. They got the dogs, and he said it will only attack you in the arm or the leg, and then it's the only place it'll attack you.
That's like my nightmare of life.
Well, they had
Being
one of
attacked by
those
a dog?
dogs
Yeah, because I have been.
at that wolf pack demonstration, and they took a femur bone and put it inside of like a capsule, and they took the dog inside and they went around the car and just kind of shoved it up under the wheel well, and they went out and the dog's like flipping out, and he was like, okay, and he gave a command, and it's just like running around, and all of a sudden it just sits down and starts flipping out, and it's like, there it is.
I want him
Like,
to bring the
they're
dog
crazy.
on when he does the show. He said it's his. Like, well, it's not his, but he lives with it.
Well, it's his partner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Technically, yeah.
I should probably introduce you.
Sure.
The guest I brought on tonight is from Hair to Die For.
Hair to die for.
Gwen Kraus. Am I saying it correctly?
Yep. that's
And
me.
your friend you brought on with you.
My friend is
Partner in crime?
Shell D, also known as Michelle Donnelly, but
That's my real name.
her real name's Michelle Donnelly, but we don't. She's Shell.
Shell.
Shell D.
Shell D.
Like seashell.
I like Shell D.
Shell
Yeah.
D.
Shell D.
I like that.
That's gangster as fuck.
Yeah.
Or Shirley.
Shirley's not bad either.
Do you want to know how she got the name Shell
Shirley
D?
D.
Yeah, we'd love to know.
I'll tell you, when we were working at Outlooks for Hair when we were a lot younger, years and years ago, she started, and there was another Michelle. So it's like her first day, and it's like it says Shell in the book, and then Michelle R. And I'm like, oh, your name is Shell? And she's like, no, my name is Michelle, but they thought I should call myself Shell because there's already a Michelle. And I was like, fuck that, dude. Don't let them change your name. Don't let them call you Shell. You call yourself Michelle D, and there could be Michelle D and Michelle R. And well, that never happened, and then it turned into Shell D somehow.
That's pretty cool. I actually like that
But, like,
name, and I'm glad that actually happened.
It's stuck.
Do you
I'm
like
glad
it?
for you.
I do.
I'm glad for
it's
you.
Like
It's just who
my
she
other
is.
Persona.
So-
I introduce myself as Michelle, and because when I say Shell or Shell D, people are like, what?
They think it's Shelby.
Yeah.
Or they're like,
Yeah, I wanna
Shell,
enter-
Shell, like Michelle, like they can't handle that. I'm just Shell. You can't just be Shell.
I want to
not.
introduce
It's
myself
Shell
as
D.
Shell D.
See,
Right?
Yo, you trying to get your hair cut? You trying to get beautified?
I
Do
stopped.
people call it that?
I just stopped using people's name. Like I don't refer to him as Brian. Like I was like, hey, the honey badger's late.
Oh, we all have a billion nicknames too.
But I'd rather use people's nicknames than be like, oh, Brian's late. They're like, no, I'm the honey badger.
So-
I would have preferred you been like, hey, I'm Sheldy.
Did you guys met when she started working at your salon?
No,
Or-
I've had Hair to Die For 10 years. I met Michelle,
I was 18, still in high school.
and I was 23.
I thought
And-
she was the coolest person ever, and I was pretty crusty. I mean, I was this little goth kid, metal headbanger.
What was so cool about her?
She was, well, first of all, the amount of tattoos she had. She was
She was just hot
put
shit.
together,
Aw.
the busiest hairstylist I ever met. I was just like, I want to be her friend. She's so cool. She's gonna be my best friend. But little did I know she tried to get me fired for being a crusty kid. And see, that's the thing. Like, if you're a hairdresser, you gotta look to the nines. Like,
Yeah.
you can't just roll in. Like, you gotta look like you're going on a date.
That's why I'm not a hairdresser.
Yo, Shell D rolled in that shop, I don't know, 15 years ago. We've been best friends for 15 years. So she rolls in, and she's a kid. She's got a big spike collar. Her purse looked like a dead cat. Yeah, yeah.
But this
like,
is back when shit like that wasn't around
this
all
was
the
like
time.
2000.
So,
So, I mean,
yeah, so
I look
you're
like
like the
Satan.
you're
She
the
was
only
like,
kid on the block looking
Yeah,
like
you
that.
were like the outcast
Oh, yeah,
of
now
all
it's cool to look
outcasts.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
like
I
I was
don't think
wild,
it
but
is.
she was like, whoa, wild. It didn't take long though before we became like not long at all, like best friends.
Now
It
before
took a pity party.
before you met, now you like because you said you were 18 and you were already doing hair,
I
or
actually
you were 23.
I went to beauty school in high school. I went to beauty school when I was.
Was it like a Votech
15.
program?
Yep, I went to beauty school half day and high school half day.
Yeah.
So I started when I was 15. I was done when I was 18, and then I worked at the mall for about 10 years.
How did you want to do that? Like, I mean, at that age
my
when you were that
God.
young, were you just like doing your friend's hair and shit?
Oh my God, yeah.
Little kid.
Or was
little.
it just something to get out of school?
No. Ever
Or did
since
you
I was
really wanna
like,
do it?
ever since I was little, like I would like
Tell
food
the
dye
Aunt
my Barbie's
Kathy.
hair. I would cut
Tell
their
the
hair.
Aunt Kathy's
Oh,
story.
Aunt Kathy's story. Okay. When I was like 5 or 6, I grew up, I lived with my grandmother, and every Saturday my aunt would come and she'd take us to Oars and to let my grandmother shop around, and I'd be like,
Wars.
the makeup. Yeah, in Hillcrest Mall, because I'm from
Yeah.
Phillipsburg, and I'd see the makeup counter, and I'd be like, oh, yeah. Now, I could barely reach it, but I could see it, and I could see my reflection in the little, like, metal part, and I'd be like, eyeshadow and lipstick, and my aunt was strict, and she'd come and find me, and she'd be like, Gwenny, don't touch that stuff. You're going to get diseases. Like, every time. And she'd take me to the bathroom and she'd wash my face and she'd be like, next week when we come, you better not touch the makeup.
So you would put makeup on your own face.
Oh, at 5 years old, I was in the fucking testers, which are dirty. You
Yeah.
shouldn't be in the testers.
No one wants to do the
Yeah.
testers.
And then every week I'd get spanked. And I still was like in the makeup. And I was little. Yeah, I'd get in trouble every week. And so by the time I was like 14, I wanted to go to beauty school. And all the counselors said, you're too smart to go to beauty school. Absolutely not. And I was like, no, I want to do hair. Like, I love doing hair. I used to bring a propane curling iron to school in the 80s to, like, curl everybody's hair after swimming class. This is no joke.
propane?
6th grade. Yeah, because when you
Like
camp,
camping style.
when you camp, you need your propane
I
curling
never
iron.
even
Yeah.
heard of it.
Is
No.
it?
Yeah, I never
Is that
heard
a
of that
real
either.
thing?
Fuck yeah, man. I'm serious. My
So-
aunt had one. I
There
stole
at
it from her
least
house.
used to be.
So
I
you
don't
would
know if they
wait.
still have
Were you
that.
in swimming,
Wow.
or would you just wait till
No,
after
dude.
swimming
In middle
to
school,
do people's hair?
in middle school, you had to take swimming class, and I was like
Okay.
89, so you had big hair. So I wouldn't go to lunch, and I'd curl my hair. I'd curl everybody's hair. So yeah, and I'd do all the girls' makeup from the time I was like 11 or 12. I'd
Yeah.
take them in the bathroom, and their moms would be like,
So it was just something you were already doing.
always.
So then when you graduated, did you graduate from the beauty school?
Yep, I went to Votech. I graduated when I was 18, and I worked at Outlooks for Hair for about 10 years, for a long time.
So were you working at Outlook for Hair through the school?
No, I
Okay.
was done with school.
And you had your
It
license
wasn't
and
like
then
a
you went.
co-op thing.
No, I probably got hired in like April of my senior year, so that's 1995, and I was 18 when I was done. So I've actually done hair for 20 years and owned my own shop for 10.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
pretty-
I opened Hair to Die For. I just turned 28. I was in 2000.
Do you want to tell us where Hair to Die For is located?
Hair to Die For is on 145 Northampton Street in Easton. We're right across from the Estonian, next door to Nature's Way, and we're right downtown. If I look out my front door to the left, I can see the Free Bridge, and up to the right would be the Circle.
So that's the first place you opened a shop. Was.
Yeah, and I've stayed there the whole time.
Well,
Now you were telling me when we met up, when you opened that shop, is so you were working and then you decided to open your own shop, and then you get
Yeah.
into that a little bit.
Okay, so that's basically hell's story, but I'll start out. So from the time I was like 14, a little kid, I did hair forever, I loved it, and I also was off and on with my boyfriend from the time I was 14 till I was 26. We'd break up, go out, break up, go out, and that was like the love of my life. Like even though we'd break up, we'd always get back together. So I'd say when we were about 26, we broke up, and I was really heartbroken, like really fucking sad. And I just was like, you know what? I gotta do something for myself. Like I gotta do something for my life. Like I'm just ready.
She also, by the time in her head, she thought she was going to be 30, married, kid, family life. And like when they broke up, she was like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I'm going to make a lot of money, be a career person. I don't need that kind of life.
Yeah.
And
I was actually just talking to somebody today about how when you break up with somebody you kind of plan on being with, you kind of really realize like you got to focus on yourself, and
Yeah.
you're like, you focus on being with that person for so long, and then you realize you really got to focus on what you want to do and where you want to go with your life.
Yeah.
So
It was the best
the fact
thing that ever
you
happened
were
to
starting
me.
a business and
Yeah.
going through that and really focusing on yourself was probably the best time for you to do
Yeah,
that.
it was hard because I was depressed, but I was like, you know what? I fucking love doing hair. Like I can be honest, 20 years later, it is my passion. I am happy to go to work every day, and it's fun. And so I'm like, and then also there was, at Outlooks for Hair, I was getting held down. There was like a ceiling on me. I'd be like, I'm going to do hair extensions. Oh, Gwen, people aren't going to get hair extensions.
Yeah, and
not gonna
especially
pay
back
that
then,
money.
like what I was saying when you said she was goth, like times have changed so much that
Yeah.
like goth is just like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, they're a little weird, but back then, like people look at you like, what the fuck is that person?
Right, right.
So like when you're like, hey, I want to dye hair. I mean, even when when I was in high school and I had hair, I wanted to bleach it white, and I went into this place in Nazareth, and I was like, I want it white, and they're like, okay, like what do you mean? I'm like, the color of paper, and
Yes,
like the lady,
that's what we say. Paper, man.
yeah,
Color
and
paper.
the lady she did it, and it was cake yellow, and I'm like, yeah, no, and then she did it again. And she had to do it 3 times.
It's about
before.
toner. It's
You
all
gotta put the
about
right toner on.
It's all
But
about
I'm
the
saying is
toner.
like I can go into your salon now, and you're just like, okay, boom, that, and it's
Anything.
done, and I'm out the door. But
Cake.
back then, and what?
Nobody really got it.
No, I
and
couldn't go get my hair colored pink.
I used to get my hair dyed blonde all the time, and then I would, every time there was like a school dance or any event that went on, I would dye my hair just ridiculous
Like
colors,
crazy.
like multicolors, and no one else did it, and everyone just looked at me like, what?
But when you were doing that, which shows how young he is, you would be able to buy hair dye. I had to use
Yeah,
Bingo
yeah, I
ink
was,
and
yes.
Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Oh, I had the
Bingo
worst
ink
green,
markers?
blue Kool-Aid.
Not
Yeah.
good. I had some not good hair through beauty school. We did some crazy shit. You know?
Kool-Aid didn't work for me. I don't know. Some people would
Well,
be
no,
like,
you
yeah,
have to have it on,
You have to have
bleached
bleached
hair.
hair.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Me and my brother were just outside with a bowl because my mom was gone for 10 minutes.
Oh, we're doing this.
Dunking our head in Kool-Aid. And
gotta
I think we
boil
even
it,
added
too.
sugar.
No,
Oh
I
my
was
god! Oh, this wise beast.
Your hair's
Look
just
at
Yeah.
that.
And my brother had like such dark brown hair, and he's like, mine was
That's
always
what
like
we did.
Which
super
brother
light
was
blonde.
this?
Richard. Richard was always my partner in crime until he
That's
wised up,
funny.
and then I just went on amok by myself.
I used to use Sun-In, which was
Oh yeah,
that
that's everybody's
worked.
first.
Oh yeah, I use that.
If you
It's
just
just
spray it
all
all over,
horrible.
all you'd have to do is walk around, and it would just be by the time you'd get home from being out all day, you're like, hey, look, I'm blonde.
Cool, I
Well,
have orange
yeah, the
hair. No,
one-
you had orange hair. Let's be honest, because
No.
you have dark. You went blonde. Turn
Yeah,
my hair.
mine went completely blonde too.
Well, you're naturally
I
pretty
thought
light.
I just wanted it on the top, and I put Sun-In in on the top, and my whole entire head was just bleached
No, like I
blonde.
said, mine grows real dark, but as it goes long, it gets light. So I have like highlights and like naturally grow. Like when I used to go, they're like, "You have such beautiful hair." I'm like, just fucking cut it.
You're like, thank you.
I don't want girls going like, "You have beautiful hair." No, I don't. Cut it the fuck
You
off.
shouldn't say that to guys. For the record, guys, Sun-In is fucking horrible.
no, I know that.
So I don't
Oh.
want. Yeah.
I don't
You
think they
have
sell it
beautiful
anymore.
hair, Jesse.
Yeah, I don't think
You
they
still do, Jesse.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
You have a
It's
beautiful
beard as
goatee.
well.
Thank you.
You're just
It's
beautiful.
so beautiful.
We love you. We should hug after the show.
We can hug.
You're so beautiful, Jesse.
That's great.
You're so baby. That was for Chris.
Oh,
I don't
boy.
think he'll listen
Chris
to the
sucks.
show.
Oh,
Yeah, he didn't
boy.
listen last week. So where were we? You
Fuck Chris.
Broke up with
Oh,
my
yeah, yeah,
boyfriend.
yeah. Go on with that.
And you know, working at Outlooks for Hair too, I just felt like a lid was put on me. Like I couldn't do what I wanted. And I just said to Shell one day, I was like, dude, I want to fucking open a shop where anybody can come, whether they want pink hair, green hair, the most beautiful natural brown hair, whatever it is that they want. I want people to come and like feel good. Like I want them to walk into a salon. Like I wanted a high-end salon that people can walk into and anybody feel comfortable there.
No matter what they looked like.
Yeah, like-
Whatever they wanted.
No matter what, I love everybody. So I can do banging natural hair and I could do banging pink hair. But, you know, not a lot of people have the skill to do everything. And a lot of times you go to high-end salons and it's stuffy and it's
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
they
Yeah.
judge you because you want pink hair.
It's not
Or
like that at my
oh,
shop.
You really want that? Oh, why? It's like, dude, you're paying
Give me what I
us.
want. I'm paying.
You're
Yeah.
paying us. I did a mullet like a little while ago. That's what the person.
Like a mullet. Like a
Dude
man came
came
in,
in.
he was like 50.
I was
and-
like, what do you want? He's like, I want a mullet. I was like, okay, well, how do you want it? Do you want it like shaved on the sides or you want it feathered back? He was like, I want it shaved. I want it feathered on top. I want it long in the back. I was like, all right, cool. He tipped me $10. Happy dude.
happy
And, like,
dude with his fucking mullet.
I miss my hair.
You know?
Whatever you
America.
want. Exactly. You get whatever you want a hair
Yeah.
guy for.
Yeah.
Even if you want a mullet.
I think every man should have a mullet at one point in their life.
Should try it out, right?
Oh,
The closest I got to
It was
that
not our
was
favorite,
like a
but-
rat tail. Back
Rat tails are cool.
Yeah.
I've done rat tail extensions where people just want it and then we
No,
now.
You did it
they're
on
back.
me.
No,
Recently.
they're back
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
They're
I think
back.
it's Dominicans.
Yeah.
Dominican. A lot of people from Dominican Republic when they
Right.
come
That
here,
box- Like that fight?
Yeah, yeah.
they
like
have
that fight
they,
we went
they
to?
have their
Alright,
head shaved.
alright.
And they
Dylan
just have a rat
Hendricks.
tail.
I hope he's still. I hope he listens to this. He
No
used
one
to
listens,
have,
Brian.
No, I think he might actually
He
listen.
doesn't.
He used to have the raddest rat tail ever.
Yeah.
He would have. It was braided and it was probably about 3 feet long.
Wow.
While we were in
God.
elementary school.
Yeah.
And I remember I would just go up and yank on it while I was in elementary school, and he used to get so pissed because everybody
Pulled was
just
rat
pulled.
tail. People are probably
Yeah, 'cause-
jealous of that rat
But
tail.
I didn't get it.
But now
I
I'm
don't get
like,
it. It's back.
dude,
though.
I
don't
wish
know
you
why.
still had that rat tail. Like that's so
You should
fucking
grow
awesome.
one, Jesse.
No.
Yeah,
I would.
come on.
If I
It'd
could
be
still grow
great.
hair, I would do perms. I would do everything.
Oh, you don't want a perm
I would do
at
it.
all.
Like a
No.
Billy D. Williams.
I'm thinking about
perm.
buying wigs. I don't know.
I can hook you up with wigs. I also sell wigs
Why would
as
you
well.
buy
People
wigs?
need wigs.
Just to look mysterious when I'm out in public. I wouldn't wear it
Get
for like
along,
the
dark
show.
hair.
Did you wear a wig one time? That picture that was at Cherry Hill. Did you have a wig on in that? It was you and Josh.
We used to go out and we'd go out dressed up. Like the one night we went out and we wore robes
You used
and
to do
we
that
told
all the
everybody we
time.
were out of work authors.
Yeah. Yeah, you and Josh used to go all the time. They'd show up with just random stuff, and they're just like, "Yeah, look, they're in."
We went to a
I saw so many pictures of them. They just looked ridiculous, and you wouldn't even be able to tell it was them.
Yeah, we went to a NASCAR race and wore full suits.
What?
Amazing.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and everyone's just like they like thought
So
we were doing like a
serial, dude.
TV show or some shit. So because normally I was like, well, all right, well I got like this Dale Earnhardt cut off and like let's dress like fucking assholes. And then I realized we fit in.
Yeah.
Right.
And then so we went out to do karaoke and I was like, let's dress up. So we had like nice like button up shirts and shit that we just brought. So then I was like, all right, now we're sticking out. And I was like, yeah, let's. So then the next year I was like, we're wearing fucking suits.
Oh,
So we're
that's
just walking
awesome.
around in suits and everyone's just like, what the
Who are these dudes?
That is
yeah, 'cause
awesome.
and it's hard to stick out in trash.
Yeah.
Maybe if you showed up with a mullet, you would have blended.
I would have, but
you
it
know.
was a blast. I love doing shit like that.
That's fun.
Now I just do it to amuse myself, like what I'm wearing now. So you went through the breakup and then you decided to
So,
open your own shop.
Yeah, I'm like, Shell, I'm doing this. Like, I'm gonna do this.
So you guys were still
We're just-
besties.
we're best
and
We were
friends.
you're-
living together at
Oh,
the
all
time.
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Here's
like,
where shit gets.
So you
gets
were
real.
her rock. You were her rock during this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like, okay, it's March. I'm gonna open my own shop. Let me go. And I find this building and I rent it. And the building's
Which, mind you, 10 years ago.
Easton
it's out
wasn't-
now 11.
Easton was
I mean,
not.
Easton
it
was not what it was.
Good.
Especially our block was
Yeah.
terrible.
They
It was
just started
so
cleaning
bad.
up like what 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, about
maybe.
They've been
about
really
4.
putting. Yeah, it's come a long way.
It has. They have
Real
the
quick.
people in the yellow jackets that tell
Yep,
crackheads
I
to
love
get out.
them.
You get out of here, crackhead.
Yep. It's
I don't
good.
know if they really
I
say
love
that.
it there actually. It's great.
I would if I was that person.
Yeah,
I'm sure
they're
they're
the
saying,
ambassadors.
"Please go over to the shelter or
Yeah,
something."
right.
So I rent this
Scat.
spot.
We'd smoke, and then I'd say, "All right, get out of here." Just a little crack.
Just a little.
I don't
Right.
smoke
Crack
crack.
in Colorado.
Oh my
I do.
god, yeah. We have lots of stories from being out there, but it's actually really nice and really safe. I rented this,
Now
so
it is,
I
yeah,
rent
it's great.
this spot in March of 2004.
And it's the same spot you're at.
and same spot I'm at.
Which what is crazy because now that everything's cleaned the fuck up, you got prime real estate.
Oh, I do.
Heck
and my
yeah, we do.
landlord, he
Do they
takes good
fuck with
care
your
of me.
rent?
Nope.
No.
Wow.
Nope. My
Good for
landlord
you.
is
He's
David from
grateful.
Nature's Way, and he's kept my rent very close to the beginning. Believe it or
Shout
not.
out
Like, he's been-
David.
Shout out to David from Nature's Way.
Nature's
Good
Way.
landlord. So
What
Which
is
they've
Nature's
been there
Way?
for, like, ever,
they've been there
too.
for like
Let's
since
plug
70
Nature's
years.
Way. What is it?
It's a health food store. It's all natural.
Cool.
Amazing. And
Organic.
they've been there forever.
Can you buy kombucha?
So
Yeah.
are you
Oh, yeah.
are you
Whatever
next to
flavor
him?
you want.
Yeah, we're attached to each other. He's my landlord and he's next door. And
Cool.
they're great people.
I will
Right
go there
on.
for my
that's,
kombucha.
That's actually a pretty cool
It's nice.
place to be right next door to.
It is. We
For-
get food.
yeah.
there all
and you
the
got the
time.
farmers market and shit there.
And he's, like I said, he's a great landlord. So when I rented this place, it was a hallway with 4 rooms because it was like a counseling place and it was a freaking hot mess. So I'm like, how long is this going to take to get this done? 3 months. So my salon was supposed to be opened in June. It was March when I rented it. And so within 4 weeks, somehow my salon found out I was opening a salon. So I rented this place and I started, I'm thinking, what's it going to cost me to open a salon? $15,000. I had a $10,000 loan from my friend. I had some money and I have really good credit. So I'm like, this will be fine. Now, once I got into that, the contractors and everybody working on it, this one blamed that one blamed this one. I'm going to make a long story short. My salon fired me. Within 3 weeks of me renting the place, I still wanted to work until it opened. My salon fired me because they didn't want me to take my clients.
So she was doing hair out of our house, which
Yeah.
was awesome.
Were you working with her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
same
you get
salon.
fired?
No, and she's
Oh.
my roommate. So we're renting this house in Warren Glen out in the middle of the woods. I get fired, and I'm like, Shell, what the fuck am I gonna do? I started opening this I'm just gonna put the
Just help
salon
us
in my
set up
dining room.
the
Can
salon.
I? Can
Yeah.
I? And I set up on a desk, a mirror, a cutting chair, And I thought, it's only going to be for 3 months. This is going to be open in 3 months. I'll just tell my regulars, come to the house. I set up a
Were they
product
fine
show.
with that?
Oh, let me tell you, people were sticking their head in my kitchen sink. Their hair was in my bathtub, upside
Yeah.
down, because they just wanted their hair girl. And I'm just thinking, I
Oh,
can't.
it's just gonna be once or twice.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah, and then
you
we'll be
know.
at the shop. No, it was a year. It took an entire year for Hair to Die For to open, and during that time, it's not 15 grand to
Too
open a
bad
salon.
I wasn't a contractor then, or else you could have had me do it and would have been done in 2 months.
You know, it just took forever, and it's not like it's like putting a patio in someone's house. Like, this was my life. Like,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to do hair in your house. You know
Yeah,
what I
but
mean?
the
And
good
I'm
thing is-
paying rent, and I'm paying to
But when
open.
you have clients like that, they want to stick with the same person.
Yeah, I was gonna
because
say
you
that
know
too.
how they got
Yeah.
their stuff. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Finding someone
To
to cut your
change-
hair the way you like, it's very
Yeah,
difficult.
because you know how long it would take them to find somebody that would do it.
God. Oh yeah,
anywhere
I mean,
close to what
talk
they
about
wanted?
loyalty though. I mean,
Yeah.
they came to my house like, I'm expensive. I've been always high
Were
end
you
since the
expensive
beginning.
even when you were in your house?
I mean, for back in the day, I mean, I was doing a $55 haircut 10 years ago in the Phillipsburg Mall. As you know, I have a really good skill level. I have a lot of education, and I put my heart into it. When I do someone's hair, it's not just like, okay, let me do
no,
your hair,
I was
get out
just
of here.
wondering
It's-
if because it was in your house, you kind of like lowered the price.
No,
No.
because she still had to pay for.
I was still
all the
paying.
Wow, so these
products,
are
the
really
rent. Yeah,
dedicated.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they really liked you.
Yeah, they
So
loved me, and thank God for them.
That shows that you got skill.
Thanks, man.
And like, it'd be my day off. I'm upstairs. I'd yell down. I'm wearing like, my yoga pants and my whatever band T-shirt. Dude, can I come down? No.
I have
Doing
clients.
someone's hair.
Put
Like,
your
dude, I
clothes, just get
want-
dressed.
I just want a bowl of cereal. No. And then we'd have to. Oh man. And then we had to do all the towels and stuff in our regular washer and dryer. You don't think about that, but all
No,
the
it's a
little
lot.
hairs.
All the little hairs
All
were in
the
our
little
clothes.
So you got hairs all over.
In
Yeah.
Stabbing
your
you.
bra, underwear, t-shirts, jammies,
Oh,
all the time.
I'm
It was
surprised they
the
didn't cut
worst.
you if you guys were that close.
I'm
that they would have
surprised
just.
too.
if-
And my sister worked there too.
oh, all right. So they were just like, "Fuck Gwen."
Yeah, they were like, "When's opening this shop?"
But
Like,
didn't they
just,
realize that you would have came and so would your sister? That
no,
was the plan,
I mean,
correct?
They fired me on the spot. I mean, it was long term. This is my whole thing. When I opened the shop, I didn't borrow money from anybody besides my one friend,
Yeah.
Sandy, loaned me money. I put the entire shop on credit cards.
Yeah.
$60,000. Because once you started going, you know,
can't stop.
hair colors $5
Yeah.
grand, this and that, and I wanted this great furniture. Michael Marcus Designs are my friends, and they make amazing custom furniture. And when you
Yeah.
walk into my shop, it's silver and
It
It
is.
looks brand new.
It's 10
And
years
it's
old.
10 years
Yeah.
old, and we wear it. you
yeah,
know,
I
and
mean, it looks brand new. And back then, it was 20 grand for that furniture, and I was like, oh god, okay,
And
well,
everyone's like, dude, you're crazy. Why would you spend that? You
Yeah.
know? But now, 10 years later, it was a phenomenal investment.
yeah.
Well, what I relate to you because I'm going through the same process now, and it's just like when you want something so bad, like the credit card debt, all that shit. I mean, you stress on it, but
You do
your
it.
end goal is so close that like I've been doing this for 7 years, and I'm an arm length away, and I have so much shit going on with what I'm doing with bringing this podcast on top of the clothing, and it's like, all these people are telling me shit. Like, I get like real advice from people, but it's like you don't fucking care.
No, you guys got to keep
Like, it's
killing
like,
it.
man, you
can't
gotta
give
stop
up.
spending money. You gotta stop spending money, and it's just like, no.
No. I mean, I just did hair. I didn't expect it to be a year. And when I did get nervous, and I was running out of money, and I was doing
you
hair
have your
home.
days where you're
Well,
on the fucking brink.
Yeah, well, when you're doing hair at
It
home,
was every day.
I have a lot of
when you're
those.
when you're
Yeah,
doing
Jesse
hair,
can relate to.
I have a lot of those. But I'm like, holy shit, I'm broke. What am
Yeah.
I gonna do? Like, am I seriously gonna fail at this? Like, am
Jesse
I
does bail bonds, so like
Yeah.
he doesn't get
wow.
paid
so it's hit or
unless.
miss.
right?
Yeah.
That's it. Like,
Well, with Gwen, she wasn't leaving the house ever, so she was starting to get agoraphobic.
yeah.
So, like, because she was working 5-6 days a week in
There's
the
no
salon,
release. You're
and then
you're working where you live.
Well, but then she gets like antisocial. So, and she's the most social person I've ever met in my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
But she would get anxiety attacks going out of the house.
Driving.
Because
Yeah.
she was in the house all the time. And then the other thing that would happen would be, now, I was a night owl, very much so. So I would go to bed at like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I used to be a vampire.
I was like 26.
So-
She's a lot younger than me.
So, I'd get home from Philly and like going to the diner, whatever. And she'd wake me up at like 7 in the morning, come in my room crying, hysterically crying. She was so skinny, so stressed out. Like, this girl worked her butt off, man. Like, and it was she couldn't eat, couldn't sleep. She almost lost everything. She actually came to me a couple times. She's like, D, if this doesn't open, I might have to claim bankruptcy. Like, I can't do this.
How many times did you burn out during this process? Like completely burned out?
Never. I didn't, because I wasn't fucking having it. I didn't. Like,
She's
I just
so strong.
I mean, break down, cry, go on her bed, and literally.
When I say burn out, I mean like to the point where you're just like, it all comes out. Like you have you're just
Not that you-
crying.
Oh yeah.
I'm not saying that you gave
Oh
up.
yeah,
but
no,
like,
a lot. I know.
Yeah.
No, towards the end, like, you know, because what was happening when I rented this place in March, I believed in June that it was going to open. So when June came, it didn't, and they said August.
Yeah.
I believed in August. Well, then when it started getting September and October, that's when I really just started to just fucking cry.
Yeah.
And be like, I don't know what I'm going to do.
the pressure builds up. I had 3, but the first one that I didn't even know what it was. I remember I was letting my friend's dog out, and I lived in Virginia, and I didn't have any of my friends down there that were super close, and my support was only coming from phone calls. And I was just trying to build this business and I'm like, I'm so less hard on myself because of those moments. But I remember I just sat in his kitchen and cried for 25 minutes, and I called my mom, and I'm like, I gotta come home.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I think too, one of the, you know, the good things about women is, especially Gwen, she expresses herself very regularly. I find in dudes is they don't feel their shit.
Or
They
they're
don't.
afraid to say it.
Mike
They-
feels
they
his
stuff
I
it,
cried at
stuff it,
Friday Night
stuff it.
Lights every night.
Yeah.
I'm crying at
Yeah.
commercials.
I just you got to try not
It's
to show it
important.
when you're a guy. I mean,
Yeah, I guess, and that's the kind of shitty part is like.
With me, I don't give a
With-
fuck. I don't.
Well, that's good.
You can ask
gotta
any of
reach
them.
that
I don't
point
know.
in your life where you're like, you know what?
No.
No, because
This
if you
is
need
who I
support,
am.
you got to reach out.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no,
I mean-
I have no problem with reaching out, but you know, at some point, I'm gonna try not to show that I'm struggling.
Yeah.
I don't care.
I'm not saying all guys do that, but
Yeah.
Right. Well, it depends
Well,
on, you know.
what? Yeah, I mean,
There's certain
you don't
things you
want
keep to yourself.
everyone to know.
Yeah,
you know,
but I mean,
you
that's like
have-
my family.
you
So
have
I'll
your-
reach
your
out to
pod,
Mike
though.
every time I'm having a
Yeah.
downtime.
You have to have your support system there.
Yeah.
You know, that's important.
yeah,
And we're
definitely.
each other's rocks.
Seriously.
She calls me her left leg.
Yeah,
And she's like,
like,
dude, I couldn't. You're
She's
my
not even my
leg.
right hand man. I'm like, dude, you're just my fucking left
and you
leg.
were gonna taser her.
I just wanted
Twice.
to scare her when she came in the door.
Jesus.
Because
Just because she didn't have makeup on.
But because she's your left leg, you could taser her and she'd get over it.
Yeah,
No.
true.
No,
would get over
there's like I know I shouldn't taser Shell D, so I mean, or else I would have by now. But I would
yeah,
know
yeah.
We
that.
should start tasering each other. No?
I think we should.
Eric?
It hurts really bad.
It is not a pleasant experience.
I think we should
At
just
all.
taser Eric.
Gosh.
No.
Taser
Eric,
or stun gun, they're two different things.
No.
Taser.
Yeah.
You can taser
Like the
Eric, but
handheld.
I know that.
That's
No,
I know
handheld
that,
is a stun gun.
Taser has the probes.
Taser has a projectile or
Yeah.
That gets
two
into your
projectiles.
nervous system.
I just
They
have
all
a
do.
stun, a
They all do.
flashlight.
Yeah, that's just like.
Yeah, because even a taser, I took a taser without the probes. You take the pack off. It's the same thing as a stun gun.
Right.
But what it does is it feels like there's like 6 people tattooing you while someone's violently shaking you at the same time. That's exactly what it feels like. You know when you get tattooed, like it's like that burning kind of like
doesn't
high
feel
pitched
good. Yeah,
feeling.
yeah.
But it's bearable.
Yeah.
But it feels like a whole bunch of them in a big circle, and then somebody shaking you in the middle while you're doing it. That's
Right.
what it feels like.
That
It
doesn't
sucks
sound that bad.
It's
Yeah, they
I
did
think
it. I
it's
was
the-
like, this
It's the
sucks.
noise that really freaks me
It
out.
really doesn't
like
sound that bad.
it can
I don't know,
cause
I don't like the noise.
loss of control of your bowels.
Yeah, if you do
So
it
you,
long enough.
you can pull
Yeah,
it
I-
out.
Most of the time you step
I've
up like a
shit
board. That's when
myself
people are
before, it's
running.
not a big deal.
Like all the warning things say if you're gonna do it, if you taser someone when they're running, it's actually kind of dangerous because once you hit them, they stiffen up like a board and just
Yep.
most of the time they nosedive.
And they can't
You
even
lose
move
all
their
control of your
hands, so-
muscles.
Wow,
Yeah.
really?
All.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
And the further
don't
they're apart,
tease
the
me
more
when we're
of area
running.
it hits.
I won't tase you ever, D. I
All
love
right,
you.
I hate to
I-
veer off from the subject, but I have a question. How did you come up with the name?
Okay. Well, I actually was originally going to name Hair to Die for the Powder Room, and I was going to make it kind of like, if you ever come to my shop, it's all silver, but I have stars on everything. And then I was going to do mirrors with the
keep that
light
look?
bulbs. Yeah, I did. But then I started like thinking of the powder room. So I'm like thinking of the powder room, and I'm thinking of ads in my head at home for the salon. And I just picture like two girls, like old fashioned looking from the 50s, and they're talking to each other on the phone and like, oh, your hair is just to die for. And I was like, I like that.
All right, yeah.
Because I'm a color specialist.
I love the name.
Yeah.
I love it. That's why I was wondering how you thought of it.
Yeah, like we're color specialists. Like we don't fuck around with color. Like we love
I
it.
wish I had hair.
Love it. We use Goldwell color. It's the best color you can use.
Maybe I'll
And
grow a beard. You guys can dye it gray, so I just look like a wizard.
we could do some.
Touch
You
it
should
right,
grow a
dude.
beard, and we can color
I
it.
could do some fucking crazy like
yeah.
zebra leopard print.
Jesus
nuts.
Christ! I
Shut,
wish I
no,
didn't shave
you guys
my
don't understand.
beard.
She can do
Right.
anything. Just, like she can shave designs. She can make the side of your head. I don't know, leopard, everything, anything.
Stars, whatever.
I wish I had a cool job
All right,
that I can
I'll-
get away with that.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
come-
the
But I work
hardest
in-
part is
Yeah.
finding people
Yeah.
who have money that want that kind of stuff.
I don't
Yeah,
want
I
money,
mean, you
but I'll
know-
come in and you can do whatever you want to my hair.
It takes a long time. Like
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
a
I'll
lot
give
of
you
this
like
stuff.
$5 and you can put zebras into my
$5.
Well,
into
These
my
are like
chest
cheap.
hair.
The furthest I went was I was going to a Poison concert, and it was at Hershey Park, so it was like 22, 23, and a friend of mine got us into it, and we used to listen to it all the time and go play beer softball and shit. So somebody was like, yo, Poison, Faster Pussycat, and somebody else was, I think it might have been Rat or Cinderella. One of the two.
man.
It was
They're
like, I think it was
interchangeable.
Yeah.
so all the
So
same.
they're just like,
right?
yo, we're going there. And I'm just like, I'm dyeing my fucking hair pink. So I get it dyed white. And then I come home and I got the fucking, what's the shit that washes out?
Manic Panic.
Manic Panic. But I told my mom, oh, in an hour it'll come out. So my brother's fiance at the time was, I'm like, can you do this? And she's like, yeah. So she does it and I wash it out. And it's like fucking flamingo
Neon.
fluorescent pink. And I'm like, yes. And I walk downstairs and my mom just starts crying.
Oh no!
Yeah.
You broke
My
your
mom
mom's
was like a
heart.
CCD teacher. She's like uber Catholic. She prays for me all the time.
Oh.
Like, and then so she just starts crying and she looks over at Stacy and Stacy looks over at me and goes, I'm never touching your hair again.
Like, I can't believe you made me do this. I mean, that only made your mom
I used
cry.
to do so much. I did it like leopard print the one time. I miss my hair so much.
My
I
mom
really
never
do.
cared.
It sucks.
Oh, man.
Since I was in like elementary school, I just did the most random shit to mostly my hair. But
You had the Justin Bieber haircut for a while. I remember that.
that was in high school. But
we made him cut his
I used
hair.
to spike my hair and dye it and do all this weird shit. And my mom never really.
It feels
cared.
good, right?
I
just let
asked
you
her.
be
I
you.
just asked her recently, and I go, "What do you think about my beard and this long hair?" And she goes, "Well, Brian, I don't like it, but
What are you gonna do?
yeah." She goes, "It's you. It's you being you."
No, my mom always, and that's why I think I have such the personality and wear all the dumb clothing that I do, is that my mother tried to control what I was wearing for
yeah.
like when I would go. My one brother Richard, we're 11 months apart, so she would like act like we were twins, and we
You guys
don't
are
look.
Irish
No,
twins.
yes,
Yeah.
but I'm blonde, he's brown, and we would be at the bus stop both wearing turtleneck suspenders and the same pants, and
that
we're looking at each
sucks.
other like this fucking sucks, man. So then like we get a little bit older, Rancid comes around, I'm like, that's what I want to look like, and then I come home with like this cut off army jacket, I got Liberty spikes on, and my mom's just like, what are you doing?
Where's
But
my
I'm just
son?
like, if you would have just let me do what I would have done.
How long
Yeah.
did she make you wear the same clothes?
I'm trying, probably like right around.
Were you guys in the same grade? Like,
No, Richard was always a grade above me, but like probably like around 7th grade is when it cracked, because then I got into skateboarding and the baggy pants
that's
started
also
coming
around
around.
the time when it's kind of like you can go
You're
out.
like-
But she
and-
still was just like, you're not wearing size 34 jeans, you're a size 30, and like just it was just like shot.
Come
So,
on,
you know, you
Mom.
tighten the belt, you pull it up to your waist, then you get out the door, you drop them below your ass.
I remember I got to a point where I tried to gain weight because I wanted to wear these certain jeans, and they only made them in a certain sizes. Like
So you were
they
gaining weight for
they
the
were
jeans?
They were for
The
yeah,
husky
they were,
fellas.
They were clearly for people that were older than me, and I was in like middle school, and I was like, no, I want these jeans. So I just
Were they
started
Janko
shoving
by
them
chance?
myself.
That's what I was gonna say.
No,
Were they
actually-
Janko by chance?
No, actually, I'm pretty sure they were Volcom jeans,
yeah, okay.
but they were in
He's
amateur
young.
athlete.
Probably wasn't even Janko.
No,
was probably
No, I
Janko-
had
Janko were
I had
here and
Janko
gone.
jeans.
How old is he?
24.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
No, I had
We always
She
Jenkos.
threw
forget.
out all my Jenkos.
Yeah, when I met Shell D and we
Throw
moved in
out.
together, she still
I
had
still
fucking
have mine.
Jenkos.
You
So when
should
that
start
shit,
wearing
and that
them,
was
Eric.
2000.
When I was in middle school,
No,
the
they're
only
back.
pair of jeans I had
Are they?
was 2
Yeah,
pairs of
somebody
Jenkos.
bought them out.
Yeah, somebody bought them, and
They
there
were
was a
trying to
big
bring 'em back.
articles trying to bring them
They
back.
are trying
I
to
saw
bring
that
them
on
back.
BuzzFeed or something.
See,
When
I didn't look good though. Like some girls would just.
Oh, stop. I'm
See,
sure
no,
you
no,
were
no.
adorable.
No.
Shell's always adorable
I
to
don't
me.
think
Talk
girls
about
could look
butterfly
good in-
transformations.
Yeah, she's our butterfly
So
transformation.
what I
I
used
wish
to
I
wear
could
was
see
combat
you with
boots,
your fucking-
Jenkos, chains, and not like one or two.
No,
There'd be like
not like one or
7.
two.
I want to see this. I want to
No.
see pictures of
In my fucking
I'll show
washer
you a
and
picture.
dryer. I lived with her and I'd hear boom, boom,
Hellraiser
boom,
skirt.
boom. And
Yeah.
I was like, Shelby, you can't put your Hellraiser skirt in the dryer. You're going to fucking
Brand
ruin the
fucking
dryer,
new
dude. You
look.
cannot.
Oh,
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
used
and
to.
then-
So you
then-
had metal on it, all your clothes.
everything,
basically.
everything.
Like,
Safety
don't
pins.
even understand.
Everything.
Yeah.
has
I
safety
remember
pins
having
Safety
on it.
those.
pins.
I remember
Yes.
having those studded belts and stuff.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
like,
every
that
color.
Was, that was all your
Yeah,
clothing.
yeah,
was
but
just,
then I had the bullet belts because I was into black metal.
Yeah.
Like,
It was hard,
you
but it
had
was hard to find that stuff, man. You
Let
had to
me
go
tell
to
you,
like
That's
New
why do you think
Hope.
I'm DIY,
or,
man? I
uh,
make everything.
Yeah.
What was the other place down in Philly? The what is it?
Zipperhead?
Yeah,
South
Zipperhead.
Street,
I mean, that's
yeah.
when you could like Doc Martens. It was hard to
Yeah.
get.
Oh my god, growing up, like my boyfriend that I was talking about, when we were kids, I wanted Docs really bad, and they all scrunched into someone's car, like I don't know, 8 dudes,
Yeah.
everybody in like a Volkswagen went down to South Street,
Beetle.
and they were like
Backseat of a
$100
Beetle.
back,
Yep.
you know, $100, and that was a lot when you're like 15, and he's
Yeah.
like up by half of them.
Because Zipperhead had like the
you.
different colors too. Like you could get like the yellow ones or the.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember
yeah.
my brother got Smurf blue ones.
Well, they made all kinds of cool ones, but when we'd break up, he'd tell me he wanted one shoe back. He'd say like, "You better give me that fucking shoe back, Krause."
I bought half of that. I bought half of
that
those shoes.
Yeah. So yeah, we were talking about that the other day. One
Oh my
shoe, so
God,
petty.
That's fucking hilarious.
Crazy.
Oh man.
Jesse, you didn't get into different styles of clothing or anything, did
No,
you? He was
I-
a big sports guy.
I played football.
But see, I played football with you.
Yeah, but I played football in high school. And middle
See, I
school.
stopped
I
after.
played-
So I
I
didn't have
that
time to do anything because if I wasn't playing football, I was lifting.
Yeah.
I played
all
a
I
bunch
did.
of sports.
Lift, and then when I
everybody
wasn't
that
there,
was
they're
on
like,
my
"Well, you're not
team-
running. I don't want to run."
Everyone who was on my teams used to just tell me, the one time my mom was in the car taking all of us home, and everyone just mentioned how something
You
about
made
being,
it weird in the shower.
No, something about being.
Did you pee on people's legs in the shower?
My brother did
came
that.
up, and somebody just
Roger.
goes, "Hey, like Brian's definitely not a follower. Just look at him." Because I was just always that person that
It
was
was
just like
crazy.
out there, like I would wear shorts when it was winter because I was like, yeah, I'm different.
Yeah. Hey, I'm weird over
You
here.
really pushed the edge in high school, man.
I'm
Yeah,
a weird kid over
that
here.
wasn't high school. This was elementary school. Okay,
Oh, whoa.
elementary. Yeah, I was wearing shorts.
Did your
in the
parents get
winter
in trouble
elementary school.
for?
That's like child
No,
abuse.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like,
But
you got dressed as this
he's
kid,
definitely
right?
No.
lying at this point.
there was 3 times that I wasn't allowed to go out to recess.
Oh man.
You weren't appropriately dressed.
Yeah.
because of your ED.
Bam! There it is.
No,
It's brought
that
up every
didn't-
show.
that
Brian
didn't-
can't get hard.
That didn't come up until the recent years.
Yeah. A
It's
gal
'cause I'm
broke his
getting
heart and his
older.
penis hasn't worked since.
No, it started working again.
Oh, good
Well,
for
that's
you.
good news.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll give you
I
a
feel like
makeover.
a
We could get you a new
13-year-old
date.
again.
Yeah.
You know?
And every time a girl with a tight shirt comes up on TV, I get like this random boner.
At least you're getting boners
Yeah.
again.
I'm excited.
Obviously.
I feel like girls everywhere should be excited too.
So your ED is in remission. Have you had sex since this development?
no,
No,
I
he hasn't
haven't.
had sex in like 7 years.
Well, it's,
I have had sex in 7 years.
Oh.
It's just like
he just jellied it in, right? Jelly it in there. Is that what you call it?
that's what Mike calls.
So
it.
at what point did you?
Bring
But-
it back.
Bring
At
it
what
back.
point did you? Now you bought your furniture. You're in 60,000 deep, and you're still pushing it. You're pushing it. You're pushing it. You're doing all this shit in your hair.
yeah.
When did it fucking break?
Finally, March 9th of
It's right around my
2005.
birthday.
March 9th of 2005, I was like, Shell, if this doesn't open soon, like I have no fucking money left. Like
Yeah.
I'm because I'm charging everything for the salon, which means I have $60,000 in credit card bills coming in.
Yeah.
I got to get in there because when you're doing hair of your house, you can't put a sign outside that's like,
No.
hey, doing hair here. It was just the people I felt comfortable with. And, I do a lot of high-end
Do you still
women.
cut their hair now?
A lot of clients.
Yeah.
A lot of
them,
clients
yeah.
have been with me since I was
I
18.
can't believe it took a year to do that.
It shouldn't have.
But
It-
see, Gwen was young and didn't know that you don't give the contractors all of the money up
I
front.
paid
Never
everybody.
do that. You gotta
Everybody.
pay
She didn't know.
installments.
And
Yeah.
so the
No.
electrician,
Well, you figured if you
plumber,
paid them-
everybody, oh, here, and they'll get it done
Well,
faster.
most people. That's right. Most people get all the
Right.
money thinking if they have all their money,
No.
they're gonna want to step up.
I learned a lot,
No.
I definitely learned a lot, and I'll tell
Yeah,
you.
you jump in and
I just fucking went.
Yeah.
I just went for it, and also at the time I didn't want to ask my family for a loan, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to bring anybody with me just in case it didn't work. I mean, I
Yeah.
knew it would work because at Outlooks for Hair I was their top hairdresser, and I knew that, and I knew what I brought in, and I knew my clients shit if they were coming to my house, they're coming.
The best
Yeah.
part of experiences like that is that when somebody fucks with something that you love so much, it gets engraved into your DNA where that if you were building another salon and somebody was like, well, I want the money up front, you'd be like, look here, fuckface. You're like,
Yeah, that's
"Here
all
you
that.
go."
Oh my god, you should hear
Yeah.
her on the phone
Oh,
with
it
credit
makes you
card
such a
companies,
business
bill
person, though.
people. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Firm.
I actually sometimes I'm like, yo, dude, can you call this person and just pretend you're me because she's so good at that. But that's
Well, yeah.
exactly. Don't fuck with me.
when you're dedicated to something, like you have that passion.
Yeah.
But you have to be that because they
Yeah.
do. A lot of those companies are bullshit.
Oh,
Credit card
yeah.
companies are the
Well,
worst.
you don't
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't get that way unless you're really passionate about something.
Oh, yeah.
When you,
But you-
when
and
it's
you
a
find out it's a lot of
business
trial
on
and
the
error.
line-
Well, I mean, that's my life. I went to
Yeah.
beauty school at 14, 15 years old. I'm now 20 at the time. By the time I opened, I was 28. So you're looking at, it's a 10-year career. Like, this was it for me. I'm doing this, And like, I drew Hair to Die For in a notebook. I wrote down everything, the colors I wanted to carry, everything I wanted to be, and everything I wanted it to be. Like, we
it
don't
was
do.
your passion. It was.
I
it
still
was-
have all that stuff
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
when I did it. I found
Oh,
it the
yeah.
other day.
Oh, I still have stuff from when I was from when I thought about opening a restaurant and when I thought about opening my own construction business, like when I was in high school, written down. I still have that shit in notebooks.
It's
like-
important to keep that stuff.
Oh, hell yeah. Or the time the first box came to the house because I was ordering hair color.
Yeah.
And I had an account because I knew I was opening a salon. The first time a box came to our house that said, like, Hair to Die For on it, I was
Yeah.
like, Shell, look at this fucking box. Like, I did. We went through hell to open that shop.
Do you
and-
remember the first time we set up the products in the shop?
Oh, we were.
Okay, so
Wait,
whenever
so
you do
when-
anything,
It's time to open.
I'm
It's
sorry.
time to
Did
open.
you start right away?
No,
No,
I was
2
by
years
myself for
later.
2 years. I
She didn't
was
wanna
me
mess
and an
up my
assistant.
life.
I just let me see if I can do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see
Well,
how
I was
do.
just asking because she played a huge role in opening it.
Oh, yeah.
I was just wondering if she started right away.
No.
no,
It was a
we
smart
decided
move
to-
not to.
Yeah, we decided to wait.
No,
and
I
what
agree.
Gwen said to me was, Shell, I don't know, like I'm in massive debt. I don't know if I could do this. So I don't want to bring
Yeah, don't
you
lose
here
your job.
and mess up your life
Yeah.
too. You're safe. You're good over here. You keep doing what you're doing. And, so which gave me another 2 years to build up a stronger book. I became the next.
She was the number
big
one
fish.
stylist then, too.
To the point I had my own personal assistant at the mall.
Yep.
Like, that I paid.
We should get those, Jesse.
Yeah.
I need a couple of those.
Just
All right.
get
Shut
some
up,
life
Jesse.
assistance.
Your job's
Yes.
so simple.
But, yeah,
Relax, Chris.
Fuck you, Badger. Yeah. Shut up, Chris.
It took like about 2 years for her to go, all right, dude, I'm
ready for you."
I'm set
But
up.
it's important.
No, that's awesome that she didn't just drag you into that.
No,
shit.
like,
She
uh,
really loves me.
when I
Yeah.
started,
do.
when I started all my
do.
stuff, everybody always wanted to help, and I'm still very like I let people like this is different what we're doing here, and no one really helps except for Jesse. But
Oh, thanks, Mike. I never
But,
help you with anything,
No,
Mike.
this is the
Ever.
truth.
Never do anything for you, Mike.
I'm talking about the show,
podcast.
not outside of work. So
Jesus. Christ.
having like it's difficult because your best friends want to help, but you know where the business is. Like
Yeah.
how it looks from the outside is not how it is on the inside. So for somebody
Right.
who wanted to come in and cut hair, you're like, I have $60,000 worth of fucking debt that I need to start paying off, and if
Yeah.
I start
Like
paying
you better bring a lot of
Well,
clients.
it's like
for
let me
to
see
hire
how I
you.
can do. More or less, I was like, let me see how I can do. And honestly, I opened that shop and I fucking killed it. Like I opened that shop.
You also did 12-hour days. You were there 6 days a week. She was doing, on average, 60 plus hours. And, to the point her aunt was her assistant that she didn't even pay her because she was like, Aunt Bonnie, I can't even freaking pay you.
At first, yeah,
And
she worked for
was
free.
just like, I don't
You
care,
guys should have
kid,
brought
I
Aunt
wanna-
Bonnie.
You should. I should have brought Aunt Bonnie.
man, you
Aunt
should've brought
Bonnie.
Aunt
Aunt
Bonnie.
Bonnie. As I love Aunt Bonnie. She's like my mom, but she has a perm, and she's the bossiest thing, and she's like the love of my life, Aunt Bonnie.
Aunt Bonnie
But-
is like her adopted mom.
So I'm pretty bossy, just in general, but Aunt Bonnie's the boss.
she's a
Yeah.
retired corrections officer, so
She's-
she's
She's the
That's
boss.
how
But
it is.
you know what? When I first opened, she did everything for me. But I'd get so busy sometimes. I'd be foiling,
She'd
and
be
I didn't eat.
feeding her.
I'd stand there foiling somebody's hair. She'd bring a sandwich. So she took care of me because she moms me.
Yeah.
Make sure the cleaning stuff is there. Make sure everything was there. And you know, after a couple months, probably after about a year or so, I hired an assistant to help me, a girl in beauty school, and I was working with her. Her name was Fee, and she was with me for a while. And then, you know.
So at this point, you're in Easton. You're open.
Oh yeah, and I mean,
You're
we're-
there every day, crushing it, doing
and
your
we're
thing.
like it blew up.
Yeah.
It blew
Oh,
up,
yeah.
and I was really proud of that.
There
Like
was
you're just
nothing
like
that.
well, there was nothing like that around. You know, a high-end salon that's doing avant-garde work, like the stuff we do, our training. Her and I have gone to Paul Mitchell classes and advanced classes for years. You go to beauty school and you learn this. And we
Yeah.
go
You learn how to
constantly,
curl
constantly.
hair
I mean,
and,
we go,
Very
yeah,
basics.
just bullshit. You know,
Yeah,
like
do-
basics. Like we go
We
to
spend thousands
thousands and thousands of dollars. We go to hair
camps.
camps, and you know, we
Everything
started
up
doing
and
that.
coming, we're doing it. Just every trend that comes out, we go to.
You
the
already
classes.
know.
Yeah.
We know the hairstyles that we're going to be doing 2 years from now.
Yep, we
Like, we did the
started
training.
and we started doing that at the mall by ourselves.
Are
Like
you guys
our-
still doing stuff like that now?
Oh,
you
hell
have
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
You have to.
So what are you gonna
Absolutely.
do with my hair? What's 2 years in coming?
we like your hair long. I think you should
I
grow
like
your
it
hair, man.
long.
I think you
I
should
like
grow
it
your
long.
hair. Yeah. Honestly,
on.
maybe a little bit of
You hear
highlights
that,
in there,
guys?
a little
I look
ombre.
Like,
No, I don't need
They didn't-
highlights. Don't
they
fuck
didn't-
with highlights.
you give it the
I just want you on a
circle.
good shampoo and conditioner.
Yeah.
That would
Right,
make me
give me
happy,
a
like
good
like
shampoo and
Curology.
conditioner.
But it's no
I
joke.
don't
It's
even know what that is.
$58 for the shampoo and conditioner.
I don't care. I got money. I'm
Let's
rich.
do it.
He doesn't have money.
My boyfriend makes fun of me because my shampoo is how much is it?
I don't know. I don't use.
The shampoo is 48
dreadlocks.
and the conditioner
You're
is
like, I don't
50.
use shampoo.
So it's
I
98.
use shampoo.
I
but
can't
don't
wash
use
my
like
hair.
She does.
I need that. I need that shampoo and
She needs
conditioner.
the
It's
old people.
fantastic.
So when did you bring Shell D on?
So 2 years after I was open,
2007.
2007, I was
And
like,
now it's just you two and the assistant?
yep, I was like, dude, I'm ready.
Well,
Yeah, it was
well,
me.
No. Back up a little bit. So she's not there anymore.
I
and we
hired
had-
Eva.
We had Eva as an assistant. So yeah, it was the two of us, and then Eva.
And then Eva, yep.
Yeah. And
So-
then right after I came,
Oh,
this is the
God.
terrible part.
This is
Right
what really
after we
sucked.
came-
Because I was like, D, you got to come over here. I'm
it's
so
gonna be
fucking
great.
busy. Like, I have so much overflow. I can't do it. I've never done numbers like this. Like, I'm doing so much hair. There's so many customers. In October 2007, the economy hit bad, and I lost half of my clients. So while
That's
you're
when,
listening,
like the gas prices went to $4 a gallon.
Yeah.
Oil, people couldn't put oil in their tanks. We lost 40% of our clientele. So I came over in July. By October,
yeah, like
nobody.
here I am.
I'm like, why did I do this? This is the worst thing I ever did.
Yeah, and I'm
Like,
telling her, like, I swear to God, and this is my best friend. So when I would
we're
have
like
great,
crying. We're like, nobody likes us.
what's
No, but nobody's
fucking
talking
happening?
about
Where
I do
are all
that
our
every
people?
night before I go to bed.
And you know the way it is.
it. Nobody likes
With a
us.
high-end
Yeah.
salon,
What do
you're
we
at the
do?
top, so you're the most expensive. So when my aunt kept saying there's a recession, well, my people, you know, they care about what they look like, or they wouldn't be paying what they pay. So when people couldn't afford me, well, then they go to an Outlooks for Hair. When they can't afford an Outlooks for Hair, they go to a Holiday. When they can't, like, there's tiers, and
Yeah.
I'm the top tier, so I just got hit hard. So it was like, it was really hard because I opened that, and for 2005, 6, and 7, you know, being young like
Growth.
that and seeing
She's
that kind of
growing.
money, I was like, yeah.
I'm getting these Chanel sunglasses. I'm getting this. I'm getting this expensive purse.
Yeah.
And then it was just like done.
Like, you can just pay your bills.
And
like,
so,
seriously.
no other salons were talking about
Nobody
it.
was like, dude,
Nobody
are you
talked
slow?
about
I'm
it.
slow. I was like,
really, are you gonna go to your competitor salon
Yeah.
and be like, yo, how are
you-
you guys doing? Oh,
Did
we're
you,
fine.
did you
yeah.
have a lot of competition in Easton?
there's a ton of salons in Easton, and everybody has their niche. So
Yeah.
I think there's room for everyone, and that's kind of what I figured out as I got older. Like, you know, there's room for everyone.
Yeah, you
there's
had
barbershops.
a different. You had a
know?
different.
We have
thing.
our niche, and you
Yeah.
know, I mean, we do everything. We do high end. I like to call it haute couture hair. Like, it's designed for you. When I sit you down in my chair, you know, other salons are gonna sit you down, start your hair. Okay, well, let me put your color on my next person's hair. I'm gonna start them. No, When you come to Hair to Die For, it's you and me. I do no one in between, and that's how all my girls work. We don't do clients between clients.
How long do you work with a client? Like, how many do you book
Depends.
during the day?
It depends. Say
Depends on what
someone's
they're getting done.
say someone's coming in for an ombre. I mean, that might take 2 hours.
I don't know what that means.
That's my hair.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
What, all right,
How the
so
ends are a lighter color.
If we were to start
Oh.
to finish do Gwen's hair, she has a base color done, so that's an hour. Then we got to lighten out the ombre, so that's about an hour and a half. So you're at 2.5 hours now.
Gotta blow dry it.
Then you got to each time you rinse out color, you got to shampoo, condition, blow dry. So now we're at doing that twice. Now we got to put the purple on, which is another hour. So you're looking at.
So you're the
3.5,
only one
4
coming in
hours.
that day.
So
Well,
sometimes
we would. If a big appointment like that, we would book out 3.5 to 4 hours, and then.
And then what? Well, let's say you did that, but let's say Brian's coming in and he's like, I have no clue what to fucking do with my hair.
well, we
How do
make
you
appointments.
manage-
We have
usually-
appointments.
I understand that, but would
We
you
would have
book
him
somebody like
come
Brian
in.
before?
Well, no, we would.
It's
come,
really-
we would
it's
come
re-
in for a consultation.
Oh, I see.
So you
Yeah,
bring
yeah,
them
yeah.
in. We do free consultations. That way, we get an idea of how much time, and also so that they know how much to bring.
People need to be
cash-wise,
comfortable with
too.
prices because
Yeah.
you look at hair like mine and people just think, oh, well, just throw a little purple in it. No, this is a $500 hair job.
It's the difference between paying for somebody who knows how to tattoo
Yeah.
and getting a shitty cheap
And
tattoo.
this
Absolutely.
takes, 4 hours. So, like, yesterday I said to Brian, I said, I had a fantastic fucking day. I did 4 people's hair yesterday. And, we did lots of highlights. I did lots of ombres. I had a great day. I had great people. And, it was nice to, when you do a lot of haircuts, it's haircut, it's like blow dry, haircut, wash, your
Yeah,
back
it's not
hurts
just
a
a
little
couple
bit.
trims
I
that-
mean, we work
Yeah.
hard. It's no joke in there. Like, I have 4 of the best, well, 3 of the best, and then including myself, hairdressers. I feel like I'm the place you come when you've made it. Like
a hairdresser.
As a hairdresser.
Okay, so let's back up now. Shell D and you are there. You got the economy sucks.
Oh, it's
when does it
horrible.
turn around?
So we struggled in 2007, 2008. I mean,
We
seriously.
learned how to market in that time.
And what was
too.
hard was in that time, great people came to me for jobs. I had great girls that were at a beauty school that would be like, I've looked up to you. I get these beautiful emails from girls saying, I've looked up to you, Gwen. Like, I always wanted to work here, and I couldn't bring them in because I knew that me and Shell D had to live, and that if I brought somebody in, they were going to take from whoever was walking into
Yeah.
us. So I kept it her and I. So it stayed her and I until 2009,
Yeah.
and then Sam and Nikki came. And
So Sam was my old assistant that I trained at Outlooks.
yeah.
And we told Sam, you stay here and you build up your book, and then you can come over.
Then we're gonna
here."
take you.
So
Strategy.
And then Nikki
Yeah.
worked at another salon. She was.
I
on
think I know Nikki
maternity.
from the circle of people.
Yeah.
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 Now Nikki
So
and I were
she
like,
was on maternity leave at the time, and she just decided
she's coming
to
back with
come
us.
over here instead of back to her other shop.
And
so.
Nikki and I were best friends when we were kids, and we went to beauty school together and everything.
Yeah.
So in our shop, it's me and Nikki's right next to me. It's Shell, and then it was Sam, and it was us for a very long time. And I'll tell you what, when 2009 came, things started to slowly turn around. People were spending money again, and people were coming in. And the clients, it was heartbreaking though. I'm going to tell you honestly, like, I love my customers, and it's my time with them. So we see the same people every 6 weeks. Like when you're a girl, you come get your hair done. My roots are in 6 weeks. I see you again, and I see you
You're
again.
spending like an hour, hour and a half.
These
with
are my
someone
friends.
Every 6 weeks, one-on-one time. So you
Yeah.
build relationships with your clientele.
So when somebody's come to you for years and all of a sudden they're like, oh, Gwen, I got to push back. I can't do my color this time, or they just disappear. Like, it sucked. But when people started making money again and the gas prices and the oil prices went down, they came back. They came back, and it might have been 3 years.
Yeah, it wasn't like they were like, all right, we're going to go somewhere else. They legitimately couldn't afford it. And then once they could again, they
were
came
back.
back to you because
Yeah.
they liked what you did.
They were back, and then we started really doing a lot with our Facebook and we took pictures from the beginning. I mean, if you go back on our Facebook,
What
there's-
is your Facebook?
It's is it Hair to Die For Easton?
no, it's just hair to die for.
If you just type in Hair to Die For, we come right up on top,
Yeah.
you know? And we have over 8,000 followers on our Facebook, and all the pictures on there, they're our customers. Like,
Yep.
they're not models. We take before and afters, and so you can really see, like, you can go on there and go into, like, my folder. It's all work by me, or Shell's folder is all work by her. So it was the 4 of us for a really long time. And the last year, Sam had children and decided, a couple of children in the last couple of years, not a lot, like 2.
She had 2.
But it was time for her to, like, she moved on, which sucked because I love Sam. I do. I love Sam. But,
Yeah. It's got to be tough
then-
when you guys work in an environment like that where you're that close with each other every
There's
day.
Yeah.
5 of us.
I
It's
love-
It's not like a
800
regular
square
work
feet.
Yeah.
atmosphere.
I mean-
It's
Yeah, you
very,
gotta-
everybody's
you
doing what
gotta-
they
You
love.
have to like
If
each
you're
other.
not close,
Let me tell
somebody's
you,
gonna leave.
If there's an asshole in the room, it doesn't work out. If there's
Yeah.
somebody
There's
that
one bad
That's how
egg.
it's been for a while, but he's on vacation, so everything's been going pretty good. I'm just kidding.
you know,
No,
Don't
just
take
kidding.
that
We hate
personally.
him
I'm
all
kidding.
the time.
I'm kidding, Christopher.
No, we do. We hate him.
oh
No,
man,
Jesse's trying to
If
whip him
only
into
he could
shape.
call you out in the promos.
And it makes me mad because
Is Chris watching? Is
I
there
don't
any
know.
viewers on the stream?
Yes, I went back on an old show. Yeah, I went back on an old show, and I went back, and I swear I was skipping ahead, and I turned right to the part when Chris goes,
How
"Yeah,
many
I felt
are-
pretty good today. I walked in, I sat down, and we just started the show." And I go, "Wow, that's fucking great," because we've been here for hours doing all this shit.
cool.
And he just comes in and just goes, "Cool guys,
To
I'm
his own
leaving."
house.
Oh, I cut right to that part, and I'm like, "You mother!" And then he started texting shit, and I'm like, "You're just fucking."
All right,
Fan in
let's
the
not get on
flames.
this. Let's please not. Let's,
No,
You
I'll
suck,
let him
Chris.
go.
Thank you.
I don't want to do this right now.
So, the salon's full force. You got your 4 best friends with you, or what? You guys
Right.
are super close.
And then,
Sam leaves.
Sam. Well,
You
Sam
guys
just left
cry
her. I went.
together?
I went a little far ahead. Wait, last May, we got Karen.
Okay.
Karen's
so
amazing.
In the meantime, we've gone through a couple people.
There was a couple people that came and went that
And-
you know
and
didn't.
Before we
work
get any
out.
further, has there and you don't have to say anything, but have you guys ever gotten a girl that just does not mix,
Yes.
and you guys are like,
Yes.
fuck this?
Yes.
Like she
She's
was
got-
okay
A
at
couple.
hair,
But
she
I
just
see you're
doesn't-
probably
Yeah,
too nice, so
that-
you're like, hey, let's ride it out and see how it's gonna be.
Right.
And then
little
you're
bit.
probably
I don't
like,
see her
fuck
as
this
being
shit.
too
No,
nice.
she's well. Actually, Shell, we're both good people.
Yeah.
But
Well, you're good people, but I don't see you as being too nice.
I
that you're
don't.
gonna
If
keep
there's a
somebody
problem in
around.
the shop, I'm gonna address it and address
Yeah.
it. And then if it doesn't work out, like
We
I've
did
fired
have
a
an
decent amount of
issue.
people.
How was
We-
the
we
first
did
time
have an
firing
issue.
someone? Was it very Trump-esque? Or
First
were you
time
like
I was
crying?
like,
and you're
listen,
like,
no.
fired.
No,
I was a
don't
lot
wanna
younger.
do this.
I was a lot younger, and I
Yeah.
can tell you that I do it with more grace as I've gotten older. I'm also a lot more spiritual, and I understand about what energy you put out, you get back.
Yeah. We'll get into that then.
Yeah, so the first person I fired, it wasn't good, and it was very disrespectful, and what she did to me was disrespectful, and
Yeah.
so I basically said, "Are you at school?" "Yeah." "Okay, well, I think you owe me an apology, blah blah blah, for what happened yesterday." And she said, "Well, I'm fucking sorry," and I was like, "Oh." Okay.
Well, then you can come and get
I was
your
like,
shit.
well,
you
I'm
want.
gonna come to your school and I'm gonna get your key, because she was still in beauty school, and we were doing a photo shoot at the time,
Yeah.
and she was saying, she was talking disrespectfully to me in front of customers who donated their time out that day.
And I didn't even work there yet, and I came to help out. Like
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, help. Next thing you know, I'm freaking doing everything, which is fine. I'm helping out
Yeah.
my buddy that I'm gonna be working for eventually.
But,
like,
I mean,
but in front of the whole salon,
It's
this
hard
girl
to-
disrespected her boss.
and
you
the
know, when-
customers and the photographer I hired that day, and I just called her and said, like, man, you really shouldn't have done that. I think you owe me an apology. And if she just would have said that day, I'm sorry, Gwen, because I loved her. Like, she was my
Yeah.
first person I had, and I loved her, and I thought she was, and I loved her as a person, and I taught her how to do hair. So, like, I'm very emotional, and I get attached to people. Like, I loved that kid, and it broke my heart to fire her. And years later, we became friends and made up and everything, you know.
I'm the same way with anyone who works with me. Like, I always think, like, you can make them into what you want them to be.
if
and,
they
and
have
you
the
always,
passion to
yeah, you always get a
Yes.
connection.
Yeah, and she
You
was 10
always
years
get a
younger than me. I was
connection.
29 and she was 19, and she was my little prodigy, But over the years, what I've found is, like, I say this about my girls, and it's not. Nobody's in competition. I have 4 of the best hairdressers, but that's the fucking Shark Tank. So if you're coming to work at Hair to Die For and your skills are not here, you're going to sit. You're going to sit because why would they ask for you? Why would they ask for you when I have Shell D, who's amazing at, you know what I mean? And Nikki and Karen. So I'm the place you come to work when you've made it in the hair industry. When you're
when you
just
have
like,
a book.
when you're like,
When you're-
I'm ready to get paid correctly. I want to work at a place that, carries great color and,
and really cares about what they're doing, because there's a lot of hair salons that it's get people in and out. They don't care. They don't care if you're happy or not.
We're
Their
proud.
ego gets in the way, and it's like we want our clients to love their hair. We always do like a big reveal at the end, and I'm gonna tell you how many times girls
They cry. They cry.
Or you're taking their after pictures, and they're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm hot shit. Look at me." Like
Hell
that's
yeah.
And when they walk in the door, they're like,
Their body language is like
and
down.
then they walk out and feel like superstars. So,
Yeah.
How do you go from somewhere where you're working and you have like this book, like you had all these clients, and then you're going to a new salon? How do you carry those clients?
Well, you
over?
get their information, and you have their names and phone numbers and their addresses, hopefully, and we called every single customer, and then we sent them postcards.
and you
I
let
still
them
have
know
clients
that
finding
you.
me though from
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah, you
I
let them know we were
I have
going.
a person I haven't seen in 10 years ago in tomorrow. That
That's
she called me
awesome.
up the other day. She's like, "Hey, it's Todd." I'm like, "Oh my god." She's like, "You remember me?" I'm like, "Of course."
Yeah,
Can't see me forever.
yeah. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how many girls do you have working there?
there's 4 of us. There's me and Shell, Nikki, and Karen,
And
and
there's
then I have
Homie.
my assistant, Homie.
Her real name's Elizabeth.
Homie's real name is Elizabeth.
Is it all women who work there?
Yeah, it's all women.
Yeah,
I'm
right
not
now.
opposed to having
Yeah.
a
Do you
male
want me to work
stylist. I mean, if you could be he could
Towel
be
boy?
a loincloth boy.
Yeah, he'd have to wear a
Loincloth boy.
Yeah, you have to wear a loincloth, and you could.
He actually
Really?
used to do that
Nice.
here till we started the feeds, and then he was uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well, because I always cross my legs on the loincloth.
Right. I mean, we
Sometimes
could put you
I'm
outside
covered
to
up.
attract female clients.
Nice.
Things
How
like
many-
that.
I would
We
definitely.
could try that during the makeover. We can
How-
put him outside
I
on a
could
leaf.
probably attract more male clients than female,
Yeah.
but
You never
We'll
know.
go like very Julius Caesar, and we'll put him in a leaf
Yes.
over his crotch
Yes.
area.
What are you gonna
How
do?
many chairs do you have total?
I have 4
29.
chairs. I have 4 chairs, and there's 4 of us. But we're open 5 days a week, because I really don't want my girls working 5 days a week. I don't want them tired. So full time for us is about 32 hours. I work 4 days a week. Shell works 4 days a week, and so does Karen.
I've
We work-
been pulling 40 lately, and
Yeah.
and it's like, it's not. It's weird because it's like you think, oh, she only works 32 hours a week. No, I market on Facebook. I upload pictures. Like, there's a lot more. That's just physically
Behind the
standing
chair.
there
No, that
doing
shit's a lot of
hair,
work.
People
Especially
don't
if you're the only one
realize.
doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's
and
tough, man. It's tough being the only one who does that.
I'm
Replying
tired.
to messages
Really
on
tough.
Facebook at
Oh.
midnight, at 8 in the morning.
Oh, I know. We
People wanna
Sucks. I mean,
progress
because
it
it's so
straight
easy
away.
to get the repost app, and even
Listen.
the person who's putting all the work in. if
I
you
mean,
just
we have a
repost
guy,
what
we have
they're
a guy,
doing.
Chris,
Yeah.
and
It's tough.
that was his whole job, and he doesn't really do it, Chris,
Facebook.
and he's not here anymore.
Instagram.
So,
So-
are you gonna? Do you have any plans to add more chairs to
well,
your shop?
actually, I have 4 chairs. I would like to actually have 2 more hairstylists. I'm hoping in the next year.
Do you have room for that?
I do. The reason I do is because we're closed on Sunday and Monday.
That's
So
what I was
they're-
going to ask too.
Right.
And now,
And
are
they're-
all of your hours? Your hours are probably different, but
Yeah.
you guys are all there at the same time. So
No,
like she's
no.
not.
We're not.
No, I mean like you're not coming in on a Sunday.
Right. No.
So it's just the shop is closed Sunday, Monday.
The shop's
Yeah.
closed Sunday and Monday. On Tuesdays, it's just me and Karen, so only 2 chairs
Yeah.
are filled. So somebody could work Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then on Wednesday everybody's there. But we could
But
do
then
shifts.
Thursday, it's just
Thursday's
me
just you and Nikki.
So
So-
someone could work that day. So
I have
you know.
I actually am looking right now. I have my eye on like 2 hairdressers that I really want, and I'm just trying to think of the appropriate way to approach
Now,
them.
how do you do something like that?
Well, I think what I'm going to do is just ask them to go to dinner with me and just talk to them.
Yeah.
You know, one of them is a girl who came to me years ago when she was first out of beauty school, and she's really cool, and she really wanted to work for me, but I couldn't bring her. It was at the time when I told you the
Yeah.
economy was bad, and she came in and she was excited, and I didn't have customers for her, and I want the kid to sit. And now I look at her work and I'm impressed. Oh, I'm like, man, she's really doing great. Like she would fit in with us, and I would like
So
her.
now, do you leave that up to them? You're not like, you need to get over here. I mean, you're older, more mature, so you probably would go out to dinner and be like, look, I have a spot open. I see what you're doing. You're really good. You're a great fit. This is where we're at. If this is something you
Right.
would like to do, you're more than welcome to come over.
And this girl made it clear to me over the years that she admires my shop and that she
Yeah.
admires our work. And we talk on Facebook.
Where do you take her to dinner?
We talk probably someplace fancy, I'm sure.
Mm.
Yeah, someplace nice. Mesa, River Grill, Sete Luna is my favorite.
I got a lot of nice restaurants in Easton.
Yeah,
I tell
there's-
people that all the time.
Easton's
Best food,
wonderful now.
Easton.
But I my vision as a whole for Hair to Die For, I really don't want more than in total 6 to 8 girls, because I have something
How many
really
people can you
special.
fit in there?
6.
6?
That's
All
it.
right.
And then then for that spot we're done. And that's also 6 personalities, and like I want, when we come to work, We have a
People
good time.
have to vibe. Yeah,
I mean, we have a good fucking
we're a
time.
high-end salon, but we're also real.
It's
Yeah.
not. It's a totally different atmosphere when you go in there.
Yeah, I mean, you came in.
I did, and I was blown away by it. I knew it was going to be different just because your personality and whatnot. But walking into there, I was like, wow, this is like it's you. It's not like you. It's not you trying to sell haircuts. It's not you trying to have product placement. Like the thing that sticks out is the design, and I'm just like, wow, this is, I don't know. It reminded me of like walking into a tattoo shop that the people, there's not a lot of places that have the freedom to do what you do at that shop or have the balls to do something like that, to put
Thank
yourself
you.
out there.
Thank you.
So I mean, that's why when I posted today, I mean, even if you're in the area, like if I go anywhere, I don't know what he's doing tomorrow, but if he hangs out, I'll bring him over just to check out how cool
Hell
the place
yeah.
is.
We'll be there.
And you guys should
all
do the
girls-
consultation.
All the girls will be there
I think
tomorrow,
I
too.
have
I actually wanted to go
12:30.
get lunch in Easton. So.
Yeah, guys, stop by and see
Tons
us
of good
tomorrow.
places. Yeah, come
You
on
should.
out.
You can meet
10 to
everybody.
6
Everybody's
tomorrow.
there.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, yeah. I'm there at 10 too. 10 to 6
I'm
tomorrow.
there from 9 a.m. till probably about 7 or 8 o'clock at night.
Well, we got
so-
homie. I told homie to come in early tomorrow. We don't fuck
Yeah.
around. Like, we're busy. My
Yeah.
aunt told me not to swear on
when-
this. Aunt Bonnie was. She's
You didn't
gonna
swear
be
that
mad.
much.
Yeah, I'm kind of
We're doing
impressed.
good.
You said you were gonna swear a lot, and God fucking damn it, you didn't.
Fucking sorry.
Sorry, Aunt Bonnie. She's acting
I'm
up. You're not
sorry.
here to boss
Sorry,
her.
Aunt Bonnie. I just need to do that.
Shout out
It's
to
for
Aunt
ratings.
Bonnie.
Shout out to Aunt Bonnie.
Yeah,
Bop.
girl.
Bop top.
I thought you were gonna do your. I can't do that. I wish I could.
Nice.
Chip, chip. What?
Everybody knows about Aunt Bonnie, but
Do
yeah.
you
so-
get your hair cut anywhere, Eric?
My sister. She's
Yeah.
a stylist.
It's
She
hard
works,
to compete with family.
Your
you know?
sister's
Well-
hot.
and she's been bouncing around because every salon she works for closes. Like she worked for Apriza previously.
bounce
That was out
around.
on Freemansburg or William
okay.
Penn, and now she's with Hyperion.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, that's right by my house on 20.
If she's
Fifth
good,
Street.
tell her to
Yeah.
come see me. I'm looking.
I think she's good. She's
Has she done hair a long
Judging
time?
by
long
you, she's
time.
not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Let's see, she's 4 years younger than me. She's probably been doing it for 12 some
Oh
years.
wow!
Yeah.
Yeah. By 10 years, like you got it going on.
Yeah.
Usually by like 5 years, you're getting good. By 8
I'm
years,
just saying, you'd
yeah.
think you'd look better if she was that experienced.
No, the problem is with
Aw.
having, and I can totally relate to this because I'm a IT guy, right? So anytime a family member has a computer problem, who do they come to? Me.
Sure,
Right, of
yeah.
course. Hey, can you do it? But you're busy.
But yeah, I'm busy and
And
I
you're
do it
not
all
the
day long. So
priority.
when I get home, I just want to relax. So my sister doesn't cut my hair at the salon; she does it at her house.
Oh, that's no fun. I don't like
Yeah.
cutting hair at home.
Although mine are
neither.
really easy, I kind of stick to the same thing. It's buzz on the side,
Maybe we should do
finger
a
length up
makeover
top.
on him.
I'll
Hey,
make
dude.
over all you
I-
bitches. I
I'm
would do
bored.
all of you.
Look,
I
what
look
do you
good.
do for me?
What do I need?
I don't-
Nothing.
Fucking, we're gonna just do some kind of like
I'm fucking
rat tail
gorgeous.
extension back there.
We can connect some. I have a hot dog in the back of my head. We can connect something to that.
Seriously.
I don't.
I don't need a makeover.
Yeah,
I think
Oh.
I would.
just tape
So
it back
I
there.
don't think I could do it.
I noticed your arm probably about an hour ago.
Wait, which
Um,
one? This one?
Yeah. Is that all?
It's all hairdresser stuff.
Yeah, there's
That's
like
what I thought.
there's like
Aaron,
Aaron did it.
Elvis,
Lunchbox,
whatever you
Yeah.
our
wanna
friend at
call
Steel
him.
City. He did
Actually, I
that.
remember when I went in to get this. I was watching the Nightmare Before Christmas behind the scenes, whatever drawings,
Jesse's favorite movie.
and I fell asleep, and I had a dream that I just had outlines of
I
stuff.
like
So
it.
I went in and I was like,
Different.
Aaron, I want you to do this tattoo, and it was the first tattoo he did for me. And it's funny because the other work I had done was from John Bicknell, and he's like, I feel honored.
Were they
to
working together at that time?
No, he's
Yeah.
at the other shop.
Yeah.
So, but I knew Aaron forever, and I saw him. He's getting pretty good, and
Yeah.
he's like, man,
He's once he hit Steel City, his shit was like times down.
Totally.
Aaron's killing it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that you didn't get like the full like just pictures of the shit.
No,
She has
this is
D.
just
She has
different.
D on the buzzer too, like
Well,
how we
he-
call
that
her
was
Shell
his
D.
idea.
Isn't that,
That
cute?
that
Totally his
outline,
idea.
Love it.
that outline of everything looks really fucking good.
It's just different.
Everybody always asks me though. They're like, "Are you gonna finish that?" I'm like, "No,
No,
that's the
I think it-
design."
I think it looks good like that.
Yeah, I mean, this poor little comb back here, you can barely see. He went over
It's
that
yellow.
like 7 times. It
Wait,
was
let me see.
orange. It was
Orange.
pink. It faded.
Oh yeah, you can't see that
Everything's
at
really
all.
Yeah. This
Yep.
is like, I don't know,
what's
probably
funny?
like 10 years old.
Those colors are hard to
What
stick.
Did Aaron
color is it?
tattoo
It's
you?
orange.
No, he hasn't, but he will.
He did a bunch of stuff on my leg.
He will. He's gonna help me out. My hands need to get recolored in the back of my neck.
This
He's gonna
guy, too.
hook
You
me
should
up.
get the comb. You should get the comb in black and just like
Yeah, maybe.
real dark.
We'll see.
Yeah, but then it won't blend.
Not
No.
saying.
I have
That's
a hair
what I'm
dryer
saying.
too.
It won't at
Mine
all.
is a lightning bolt.
Aaron did.
Every hairdresser needs a hairdresser tattoo.
Aaron did
Yeah.
a fan on my thigh. I have an old school fan, and
Take
then
your
he
pants
did.
off and show us.
He did a lobster. It's called the
Nice.
Guilty Lobster,
Take
and
your
it's
pants
holding
off.
popped balloons.
Take your
Yeah.
pants off.
I love him.
Look, we're live. Take your pants off.
So
Then all the
I
ratings
love
go
Aaron.
up.
Aaron, when I used to go down to the other shop, he was in there all the time, and then we became friends, and then
I'm sure I've seen you down there.
Probably.
'cause I was down
I
at the
lived
other
down
shop a
there
lot.
for a really
Yeah,
long time.
You're definitely in there.
I'm glad
What,
I don't
Nazareth?
anymore.
Yeah.
But then when he moved over, and then I saw how much he excelled, and then when I went back over there and just kept getting tattooed by him. I don't know. He's just a whole different artist over there.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, they have
Yeah.
skills.
Yeah, and
You
when
know?
you're around people that want to work,
Yeah,
it
when you're
changes
around
it.
people who want. Sorry.
People that are passionate about what they're doing. I think that's
all
the
the same.
best thing about where we work is like earlier today my client brought in a picture and I'm like trying to formulate the color and I go, hey Karen, what color is this? Hey Nikki, what color is this?
For
Hey
what?
Gwen,
What
color
would you
is
mix?
this?
What would you
That's
mix?
it. And all 4 of us came together and collaborated on one color. And it's like a lot of places you work, there's this competition, especially when you're a client base. It's like, well, I don't want to give you my secrets.
Or if somebody just completely falls off and loses the passion for what they're doing,
Right.
They couldn't be
that,
there.
that shit starts dragging you down, and
Yeah.
you start questioning what you're
Totally.
doing.
Well, as much
Absolutely.
That
as
can't
much
be there.
as anybody says they're not competitive, you always are trying to
We wanna be the
compete with the
best.
person around you. And if you're working with somebody
We
who
more so show off to each other.
Yeah.
It's that kind
Well,
of
look what I can do.
competition.
Well-
Hey, you guys, check this out. You know,
I
it's
wish
more
that was
like
yeah,
the
what,
case
I,
for
what
the
I was
show.
getting at is if you're working with somebody who doesn't care, and if you're working with somebody who doesn't have skill,
Oh,
It's
yeah.
tough
And
doing
never
that,
went-
being the
you're-
only one
you're
who
not gonna
cares.
progress.
besides the
Yeah.
sound guy.
Right.
when you work with people like you guys who
It's true.
who always are like
Oh.
going for the next thing,
Yeah.
and you're always
Podfather and the sound
uh,
guy.
doing the next best thing, and you're always learning more. The people who work with you are always going to be learning more, and they're always
Absolutely.
going
You're
to
right.
want to do more.
We share with each other too.
Yes.
I can say honestly, I brought Karen in last May. So she's been with us a year and a half, and I brought her in. That kid's good. When you're coming to work at my shop, you have to try out. You don't just get to work at my shop.
Yeah.
I'm bringing you in. I want to
She
see you do.
watches her stuff.
Sometimes I look back and
Yeah.
wish I would have done that
I tried people. Yeah.
with the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, Eric mostly.
Sorry, man.
Oh, poor
Aw.
Eric.
You gotta, try them out. Do haircuts, do colors, and I have models. I'll bring them in. So Karen's really good, but over the last year and a half, like she kicks ass. Like she's kind of developed her own techniques too.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
taught me stuff.
Sounds like,
Like-
Karen's the shining star out of the group.
Karen's taught me
You
stuff.
know what? It's kind of funny because I said that for a while. I'm like, yeah, Karen's a star child. You know, like, okay, Karen's going the extra mile. F you, Karen.
She goes,
Stop
Karen's
showing
fucking
off.
making me look bad in here.
Karen, stop fucking making me look bad. You know.
We should start calling
You
Jesse
want
the
those
star
people
child.
though, as much as it
Hell
seems
yeah.
like
He
they're
is,
like
though.
a suck
He never
ass,
fucks
like,
anything
Oh,
up.
no,
No,
because
she's
it just
not.
makes your groove better.
No.
Yeah.
Like it just brings you up. And now that we have Homie there, oh my god! So Homie also has her own organizing business. Now I'm an artist.
Have
What?
homie call me.
Okay,
All right, she'll come here.
I'm dead
totally will.
serious.
No, I
So,
want her to.
She's
I
phenomenal.
said it first.
But
What's
you
Homie's
guys-
business called? What's it called?
freakishly neat and organized.
There you
I'll
go.
bring her on the show.
Yeah.
I need her to help my
Yeah,
life out.
yeah.
She's awesome.
Homie!
Homie.
So I've known Homie since she was like 9. So she's like my
Weird.
little sister.
Not
I've
really.
been doing her hair
Doing
the
her hair
whole
forever,
time.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
just kidding.
I was 18. It's not that big of a deal. So anyway,
So Brian tells the police constantly.
that sounds
She's
known her
18.
forever.
She's
Cool.
18.
It's cool. I was 18.
Homie keeps us all under control.
so yeah.
Organized.
So what I'm getting at is I'm a slob. I know I'm a slob because whatever I'm doing, I'm in. I will create a masterpiece, but there's a
Oh,
disaster.
We
around
destroy
Yes.
the salon on the
and
daily,
because
man.
it's just like I'm so focused
Yeah.
on whatever I'm doing that I'm throwing color, it's dropping stuff, like dropping
Yeah.
combs everywhere. But the hair is a masterpiece. She goes around us, lines our stuff up, makes sure everything's put away right. She reorganized our paperwork, everything. She came in and made it just flow so much better.
Yeah.
So she's just like taking us again
Next
to another
level.
level. Especially being a high-end salon, we need to stay
Yeah.
neat.
Yeah.
So she's making it flow on a whole nother level that you don't even have to think about it. You're just like, oh, this goes here, this goes here.
Oh, and it's
so you
clean.
can create, and then it doesn't look too.
I kind of go through the same thing where I just have this like giant mess and I do all this shit, but then at the end, so is the product.
Oh
Can
yeah.
can I Chris on this real quick and talk about myself?
Go.
Okay, right now
Chris, go
I'm
ahead.
going to school for architecture, and I have a lot of projects of like design, and you're always making shit, and you're building models out of cardboard and all kinds of shit. And I just went in my basement today, and I didn't think about it. I have like a little work area, and I went down there today, and I looked at everything, and I was just like, oh my god, like shit, like you get
fucking
so.
everywhere.
But what you're saying, you get so in the zone.
Yeah.
Like
you don't look around
no,
you.
you don't
You're
care.
just-
You're so focused on what
Yeah.
you're making. You don't care what you throw on the floor. What nothing.
Right.
What you're making is in front of you, and
You're in it.
you make as much trash as you want. You throw it right on the floor next to you, and
It's about
is what
whatever
it
you're
is.
creating. Yeah.
it,
Oh, yeah.
But it's funny because you get so in the zone that you don't care about anything.
Yep.
You could be the most organized person in the world, but
Oh, boy.
when you're in
Yeah.
that zone, it
Well,
doesn't
absolutely.
matter.
And the thing is, all day long, the way I like to keep our shop is pristine. So when somebody walks in and it's 4
That's
o'clock,
hard for me. That's really hard.
when somebody
for me.
walks in and it's 4 o'clock and a new customer comes in, that salon's going to look like it did when we opened at 1. Okay.
Yeah.
So when you're busy and you're busy hairdresser and you don't have time to clean up, that's where homie comes in and makes sure that when I sit you down to cut your hair, you don't want to sit at my station and there's hair and there's scissors on the hair on the scissors and a mess. Like, no, it's all wiped off, lined up, and it looks like you're the first person who was there, because if not, we're they call me the hurricane. I'm blasting through there. I got stuff all over
Purple
the place.
hair down
I got
on the
drinks here, this,
floor.
that. You drop purple hair color on the floor, you stepping in it, walking through it, don't even realize it.
Oil spills.
Well,
I
when
mean,
you're
Oh my God.
scheduling all these appointments, you calculate what the time it's gonna take for you to do these
Yeah.
appointments. You're not
Absolutely.
worried about how much time it's gonna take to clean up.
No.
Oh,
after.
no.
No.
The cleanup
No.
time is while they're processing. So that's the other thing is like, people are like, oh, you just do hair and sit around.
No.
Like Thursdays, a lot of times I'm there by myself. Yesterday, it was nuts. I got done with my last client at 9:30. I didn't leave there till 10:20
Yeah.
because I had to
What happened?
do the
Reorganize
drawer,
all your stuff,
reorganize,
clean,
do the
yeah, yeah.
towels.
Yeah, that's a
you
lot.
have to, because Gwen's coming in at 10 a.m. the next day, and I've had those phone calls, and I don't like those phone calls. I mean, like, Shell D,
There's still hair on the floor.
why are the towels overflowing? You didn't take out the garbage, and the sinks are a mess, and this color bowl still has hair color.
And you're
I'm-
like, it was 11 o'clock at night. I was tired.
Right, it doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. You have to care enough to make it look awesome. So.
Yeah, our shop is beautiful and pristine, and it's
Yeah.
fun. We have a. I will say one thing: like, if you come in there,
We
you have a
have
good
fun.
fucking time, and you
Yeah.
leave with awesome hair. Like, you're gonna have a good time. You're gonna have a heart to heart, and I think what it is too. Obviously, we're passionate about
if
hair.
you want a heart to heart, you don't
I
have
love
to.
that. I can tell from meeting you guys right away that you can tell you don't judge people.
Oh,
And-
no.
and, like, anyone is welcome in your shop, no
Absolutely.
matter what they want.
Where does that come from? Like you
I
guys,
think
you guys
it
have
came
a
from
very,
us being different,
but you guys
know?
have a very spiritual, very open vibe to where you like. There's some people who come in here guarded, and there's
I
some
came
people
in
who
here
come
right
in-
away, and I came in here late, and I felt
Again.
very open right away.
Thanks for that.
He just stepped on him.
I didn't say
Don't worry.
anything.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you were.
It
Tell
was
your
the second
story.
time I've done it, and like
It's fine.
We're
last 15
hairdressers. We
minutes.
talk over each other all the time. We just
Constantly.
said that.
Just like you
so-
just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talk a
sorry.
lot. We
All
do
the
that.
time.
no, I
It's-
just
we
did it for the
keep
second
doing
time
it.
in 15 minutes. I just did it to you.
Yeah,
Like-
we do it all the time.
We don't
It's all
care.
right.
We're having fun
I don't.
here.
I don't take offense to it. He thinks a lot, so if he doesn't say what he's thinking immediately, he's
you're
going to lose the
excited.
train of thought.
You're excited for your thought.
That's why I don't
do that
talk
too.
a lot. Because I'm the same way.
Well-
if I don't get it out, then it's done.
Yeah. I am usually like that, but then when it comes to stuff I'm so passionate about, I get really excited like a little kid. I'm like, yeah, I gotta talk about it.
Yeah.
When I start doing what I just did, where I talked over him, I start getting guarded, and then I
Open it up.
don't want to talk.
Open it
Then
up.
I'm like, oh, don't
I
talk
get like
anymore.
that
Like,
too.
Don't do that now, because he
Yeah.
doesn't care and we
I
don't
was-
care.
I know he doesn't.
I was just straight up
He
making a
does
Chris
sometimes.
joke. That's all.
Oh, so we don't know Chris. So
Yeah.
he was
Poor
asking
Chris.
about like,
Oh.
No, I wanted to get into the spiritual end of things because your necklace, you have crystals, and you guys are very spiritual, Reiki. Like, you guys do that. Like, how does that
Well-
affect your business? How much do you think that affects
a lot.
how
I think
you
a lot.
are with your clients and your beliefs and everything? Because there's some people that just don't.
I
Like,
think a
I know
lot.
some people who just get angry,
When we
and
fir-
that's how they motivate themselves on a daily basis.
When we first started,
Jesse.
when we first started learning about our spirituality,
Microphone.
Diane Dupree is our Reiki master.
Yeah.
She's our spiritual teacher, and I'm going to say it was about 5 or 6 years ago we met Diane. You know,
It
and
was 6.
and
little
being
over.
honest with yourself first, and looking.
Were you guys going through some
Hold
shit?
on, no, back up.
You can't make the story too long.
I'm not gonna make it too long.
Okay.
So
We're
I was
alright.
doing
Okay.
someone's hair, and I legit had a meltdown, breakdown in the middle of doing this girl's hair. Flipped out.
Was it over the client or personal
No,
So
stuff?
she
I
had
was
massive
the
depre-
most
she had
depressed
depression.
I was in my
That shit
whole life.
sucks.
I was like suicidal depressed.
Yeah.
Slept on the couch every day. Hated life. Like hated life.
So
The more
deep-
people I
and-
talk to, the more that goes on in
Yeah,
everybody's life.
I was there.
So yeah, and
Watching you.
So she's-
and so
During-
I,
Out the
I, like,
window.
I walked out
during the middle of someone's highlight.
I was like, I fucking can't do this. You have to
Yeah.
finish her. And she's like, what are you talking about? So a couple days later, she sits me down. And she's like, Shell, I think you're nuts. You need to go on Prozac. Blah blah blah. You have depression. I was like, fuck that.
Yeah, are
I'm
you
not
are you
doing that.
anti-pill for depression?
I'm very anti-pill.
So am I. I was put on
and-
them as a child
Me
when I was
too.
like in my
when I was in
teens.
high school.
Ruined me
Pat-
as a
oh, yeah.
person.
You're
I
horrible.
always
You have all these
stopped taking
disorders.
them and started
And it
taking them
fucks you
again.
up
Like,
even more.
Yeah, they suck, man.
So she says to me, you're crazy, and she was on anxiety, actually from opening up the salon. She was on anxiety medicine, and I was like, no, dude, I know I could fix this. I just don't know how. And I was getting tattooed by Aaron, getting my legs tattooed, and our good friend Dawn was getting
I know
tattooed
Dawn.
at the same time.
Dawn
Yeah.
Toth. Okay,
Yeah.
she's
And
there. That's
so
our Dr. Dawn.
I heard her talking
She did
to
the
someone else.
the brain machine on me.
The biofeedback.
Yeah.
Dawn's
Yes.
amazing.
I cried during it.
Yeah,
Wait,
Dawn and
what?
Diane changed our
Beautiful.
lives.
Yeah.
Like
Wait,
seriously.
wait.
Sisters.
What's this?
All right, Dawn. She does the biofeedback. She puts a little thing around your head, and it's.
Are you familiar with quantum mechanics at all?
No.
Okay, so
It's
Talk
Explain
to,
it to me like
talk to
most
everybody
people.
here
So
like we
I-
know nothing.
Yeah. Yes.
idea is that everything has a vibration and a frequency to it, right? It's proven by science. Everything has vibration to it.
Mhm.
So what this machine does is it reads your body's frequencies. And it checks it for over 10,000 different things. Like you can see your aura, your chakras.
Where do you hook this up
But you can
to?
also
Just
see.
around
Your
your
head.
head. And it
Okay.
just, like it could see, that's how I found out I had a gluten allergy. I went to see Dawn because
Yeah.
I was depressed. She goes, honey, it's the food you're eating. You eat like shit. Stop
Yeah.
eating like shit. Here's organic food.
Yeah.
You have a low B vitamin and a low D vitamin. I have a goth kid.
I need
I
to
don't
meet
go in
Dawn.
the sun.
Dude, so I'm
She
telling you,
will
Dawn
change your
hooked.
life.
Dawn
You
hooked.
guys gotta
This
hook
was
me
the
up.
beginning of our
a friend
change.
a friend of mine gave me a gift certificate to go see her for biofeedback, and it was right when I quit drinking on my birthday, so it was a birthday gift. So it was probably towards the end of March when I went, and I was just like, I'm always open-minded to anything.
What-
And when I went, the person that took me left the room, and then I was open-minded to it, but the stuff that she was telling me during the reading was stuff that only I knew about.
And
Yes.
no one else can know.
No.
Let me tell you.
It was shit about my childhood.
What-
It was
what-
shit about my parents. It was shit about she was like, this occurred. She's like between this time and that time, and I'm just like, yeah.
It's
That
too much.
happened.
It's
This was right
So
when you
I-
started running and diet. Like I've
Yeah,
never
no.
seen.
Yeah,
I've never
yeah.
seen
No.
you eat so healthy.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
I still
since
have
this
her.
time.
Whole.
And
The
she,
protocol.
and I told her too.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't really have the money to do this. And
So
she's
this
like,
was
just
kind
don't
of the
worry about
person who
it.
told you what diet you should go
Yeah.
on then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is
Oh.
how our spiritual journey started because she met Dawn.
Okay.
So I'm like, I made this appointment to go get biofeedback done. Well, what's that? I didn't know at the time. And she's like, listen, she sounds like a crazy witch doctor.
That's what I said back then. I never
Now,
heard of it.
I'm like gullible to everything. So she's like, I'm going with you. And I said, let me try this. If this doesn't work, I'll do the pills. But this is my last ditch effort to try it. So she went with me, and I'm sitting there. And she used to call me Nugget. That was one of my nicknames.
Nugget,
all
because
I
she ate
fucking
chicken
ate was
nuggets all the time.
Fried fast food.
The more nicknames
We
you
should
have,
do a
the
chicken
cooler you
nugget
are.
I
podcast
have,
and
like,
just eat chicken
a billion.
nuggets.
Then you're
And
probably
get
fucking
somebody
awesome.
from McDonald's.
You're
to
probably
come
like
on.
the coolest person in the world.
20
Then.
pieces.
She has
I'm
a
telling
lot.
you, the more
That's
nicknames you have, the cooler.
I just thought it was
person
my
you are.
friends like to make fun of me.
We should
No.
also just
No,
start having
the
chicken
more
nuggets
nicknames
for
you
the
have, the more
guests.
people like you.
We
I
should
agree.
find something that'll keep. Well, I have
So-
an idea where I want to keep like a little warmer, and I think that it'd be all right if we just had chicken nuggets for the
Oh
guests.
my God, not McNuggets. Organic
no.
nuggets.
With sweet and sour sauce.
I don't think there
from-
are no
from
organic
Wendy's.
Yes, there's
nuggets.
organic
are.
everything.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
You
Yeah.
just gotta know where to shop.
It's like organic food free, blah blah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Dude, all I want in life is endless sweet and sour sauce from Wendy's.
I have to say though, for fast food, Wendy's is probably the better place to go.
No,
I would say
shit.
Five Guys.
yes.
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 Five Guys. That's
Five
fast
Guys.
food,
I-
man.
Actually, if you're gonna eat fast food, Chipotle.
That's fast food as
I
well.
love
Yeah,
Chipotle.
yeah.
Nope. What do you? What do you got?
Non-GMO.
Sheriff, what do you
Yeah.
got?
Let's
Yeah,
listen to Sheriff
I'm
Tasty
with
Roll.
ya.
Where do you get
I
the
don't
best
have a place.
tasty
I just don't
rolls?
like Chipotle.
No,
Why?
See,
the
We've
that's
discussed
my
this
hippie,
before.
though.
We
Like,
have?
My
Yes.
hippie's going, okay, it's okay to eat there because it's not hormones and
No.
pesticide.
It's okay
it's
for
a
us.
5-pound burrito.
Yes.
Okay,
It is.
just
Oh, I
do
don't
some
give it.
cardio,
I love
you're all
Chipotle.
right.
I just split it with
I don't know.
somebody.
So, okay, so she hooks me up to this machine, which looks crazy.
Yeah.
And Gwen's sitting
It feels
next to
crazy.
me.
There's like
Yeah.
let's set
You
the
can
let's set
feel
the
it,
mood.
right?
You feel
It's
it.
a very soft atmosphere. There's a lot of
There's
Native
all
American
native,
stuff.
everything.
Very
Yeah.
A
awkward.
lot of loots, and that's not awkward at all. It's
No,
very
it's
comfortable.
very comfortable at Dawn.
And
And
also
then
Dawn,
there's
what Dawn
Native
looks
American
like,
music playing.
too.
It's like da-dee-oo-dee-ah-dee-ah. You
Yeah,
agreed,
yeah.
but that isn't Native American music.
Right. It's beautiful.
I really don't know what that was.
I don't know what it is, but it's cool. That was beautiful. I liked your rendition.
Thank you.
So she hooks Shell up, and like I was thinking this is all bullshit back then. And there's things about Michelle. She's been my friend for all these years that only I know. And when the stuff started coming up on the screen,
Okay, so the test. So it comes up. She's like, well, I've never seen this before. And we're like, well, what? And she was like, well, it says patient eats too much fried fast food chicken sandwiches.
Wait,
I eat chicken
I
nuggets.
said it!
It said I eat chicken nuggets, and I was
And
like,
she starts dying. I can't even talk right now because
No.
you're not supposed
Yes!
to talk to her.
That was the
no
first.
way.
And I was like, dude. And she's like, nugget!
Yeah, I'm like, that's the first thing that comes out about
Yeah,
you.
it's weird.
Patient eats too many fast food chicken
She
nuggets.
knew I
So
broke my tailbone.
Did it
She
No.
knew
They
all
literally
kinds of
called
stuff,
out
yeah.
chicken nuggets.
straight up nuggets. Too
I'll
many
have Dawn
fast
on.
food
even
chicken
believe
I'll
nuggets.
have Dawn on, and
I
I'm
should
gonna
have
do
Dawn
it
here.
with
You should,
I'm
yeah.
gonna do it with Jesse because he's probably the
I'm
whole
the most
time.
skeptical person in the world. So I
Right,
don't
like
buy
as soon
it.
as you,
I
as soon
wanna
as this
do
whole
it.
thing's over, he's gonna be like,
Oh,
"What? That's
Jesse,
bullshit."
honestly,
I'll do
I
it
was
off the
you.
show.
I
I
was
wanna
like,
do
no.
that.
No, he's got to go on. She's got to do a free
Yeah.
thing on you.
No,
She'll
she
do you.
will.
She'll do you.
I
Because
got a
I'm
hold
telling
of
you,
her.
when I say personal stuff and he says personal stuff, there's things about this kid that only I know that happened.
No,
to her
they
growing
brought
up.
up-
See, I even did like I even went the one time
Okay,
people were
okay.
talking about going to get hypnotized, like do hypnosis to help you do all that stuff, and I was
Yeah,
like,
but some.
I
What is it,
tried, I
read
gave it
what's
a
on
whirl.
your mind?
50%
or
of
what?
people aren't susceptible.
Yeah, but see,
to
it wasn't even that. The guy said I was under. He felt that I was under.
And you're like,
It's just an extreme calm. That's all it was.
Right.
There was no like suggestion like you see on TV and he can make you do a thing.
Right,
Like
yeah.
I knew everything was going on. I knew everything, and I was like, I'm just calm.
Yeah, like, this
I'm
is
Just
not-
chilled out.
I'm
man.
telling you, Dawn.
It's
Alright,
different.
I'll tell what it was.
Yeah.
Okay, so when I met Gwen, I was homeless. 18. That's actually how she became my friend. My dad decided he wanted to live in a box truck. I was 18, poor kid. My mom, I didn't talk to her for 6 years. You
Yeah,
know,
this is the real story, man.
This is, so it came up. She's like, I don't understand what this is. This is Dawn talking now. And we're like, well, what is it? And at first she didn't want to say it. And I was like, well, Dawn, what is it? And she's like, well, it says you had a drug trauma here, but you weren't born yet. You were in the womb. And I was like, my mom is in recovery now, but she was a crack addict and a very, very bad drug addict. So that's accurate.
Yeah.
Like,
So we're talking on that
Yeah,
level
like that's
of-
what when it was
she
mine.
went the next week. She was like, I gotta try.
I mean, the
this.
stuff
That's
she told
nuts.
her.
Yeah,
Sucks,
like see, because
yeah.
I don't really tell anybody about going to that, and it was just kind of a
Most
thing I
people
did.
are like, whatever.
How do
that's
you
fucking
explain it? It's
crazy.
so
I-
it's so
it was
much.
also
Yeah.
such a weird time in my life where it was just so fucking crazy because I was living above a bar and dating a fucking junkie, and like I was just trying to get sober, and it was just crazy, and then it's like then I went to this shit, and it was just like this blur. But like what it was to me that hit it, that knew what it was working, is they brought up when my dad had a heart attack, and like that's like such a personal thing that like I only really tell kind of certain people about those
And you knew
moments, and
that
I mean
she's
that's where I
no
went
way she
left
could
in
know
life.
it.
And it affected you.
Completely. When
and
that
so-
happened, I was afraid my father was going to die, and I just went off the fucking rails.
Yeah, and
I
there it
just
is.
ignored life, and
That was
that's
a
what my
pivotal
problem
moment in
turned
your
into.
life. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she fucking pinpointed it, and I got choked up, and
Yeah.
she's just like,
You
"We
gotta
can
work on
adjust
that."
this stuff, and we can
Yeah.
work on it." And I was just like, I laughed and was like, I was just, it
Wait,
was
this was-
awkward.
You're almost in a daze. You
Was
can't
this-
drive.
was this
You're
after
just all
you-
fucked up afterwards.
This was after you became sober. This was somebody gave you.
Yeah, a
gift
friend of mine,
certificate.
a friend of
Go there.
mine took me to
Okay.
go there, and then I had this reading and all this shit, and then it was fucking weird.
I
Like,
was starting to think this was why you became sober. while
No,
you
I
were
mean,
telling
well,
that story.
my father had a lot to do with it, with him being sick and shit. But like this whole thing that was intertwining, like I left, and then like we were driving home, and the person who I was friends with at the time, who was a person, was just like, "Hey, we don't have to talk about this," and I couldn't explain it.
No, because you can't, because some of the stuff is so personal. And
That you don't tell
actually, when we
anyone.
first started doing this and started, so we met Dawn. Dawn did this, and then she said, the things that would come up. You should work on this with my sister. She's a Reiki
And then we
master.
started doing the meditations with
Okay,
Diane.
Diane
We got
Dupree
attuned.
is her sister, and she's a Reiki master. She's a spiritual teacher.
What's Reiki?
Reiki is hands-on healing, and what it does is
I'm making Jesse do all this stuff.
so what it does is it uses universal life energy.
Then pulls the bad
Right.
out.
No, it doesn't. It just fills you with life energy.
And
It works in all different ways. How it works is it comes in through the top of your head, resonates in your heart, and comes out your hands. Each person's Reiki feels a little different. Now, Gwen, Nikki, and I are all attuned Reiki masters at this point. And we don't heal people. Like, I actually take clients. I have like 3 side businesses beyond doing hair because
Do you want to plug them?
sure, I work at Roots of Vitality every Monday and every other Tuesday doing Reiki appointments.
How does somebody get a hold of you to do that?
they call Roots of Vitality.
Yeah, they call Roots of Vitality. I have my cell phone.
She
on,
just
so I
started.
can-
She just started that.
Literally,
Yeah.
it's been like 3 weeks.
Not that anyone's listening, but
They're
and,
listening.
We got 1,000 listeners a week. Okay.
That's pretty good.
that's not true. It happened once.
It's
And
gonna
then,
happen this show.
It probably will because we're gonna plug it a lot.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I
And
might
then
even
I
plug it.
also make dream catchers.
You're right.
And I wrap
And
crystals.
crystals, and that's Whimsical Shell on Facebook, and she's really talented, man.
Yeah.
What do you do?
So
wraps
I make
crystals, she makes dream
custom-made
catchers.
dream catchers that started last year for Christmas. I just decided to make Diane, our teacher, a dream catcher, and Diane.
Will you make me one for the studio?
Sure.
And I wanted to
Absolutely.
get a hold of that crystal
No, I
guy.
want one too. I'll
And
pay
get
for
like
it.
Oh.
I
They're
wanna-
won't pay for
gorgeous.
his.
I mean, she's
Yeah.
so talented. Shell's a true artist. She
I
really
want to
is.
also get a hold of, when you leave, I want to get contact information because I want to bring the crystal guy on because I want to buy
Yeah,
like a
Seth.
5-foot crystal to
I
put
want
right
one
there.
for my
That's
studio.
amazing.
We have a lot of
Yeah.
cool connections and friends.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think a part of that is being as open as we are. Like, we just
Yeah, you guys are awesome people.
thank
we
you.
just, I don't know, we're real, and I think through our journey of being spiritual, you get in touch with yourself on a level that a lot of people don't know how to be honest with themselves, and that's why they can't be honest with anyone else.
Yeah.
And we tell ourselves lies all the time just to keep us going, to keep us from having breakdowns, to keep us okay.
To
Sometimes
push
you need to break the fuck
Right,
down.
and sometimes
You
you look at a little kid.
It's not a lie.
You look at a
Yeah.
little kid, they have meltdowns throughout the entire day, right? They're letting it out. At what point in time do we go, oh, we're adults now, we can't feel our shit anymore.
Yeah.
We have to be there's been times I was screaming in the shop the other day. I was just like, Gwen, I need to just scream at the top of my lungs.
Was
I
there
just
people
don't
there?
No,
Was there
it's just
fun?
us. It's
I
just
usually
I
do
just
that in my
don't
car.
want to. I just don't
No,
want to.
that's
She's
fine.
like, all right, dude, do it. I'm like, I just don't fucking want to.
I'm like, scream it, man.
I did it like 4 times. I was like,
Well,
It's
see, the thing
fucking
about being a
therapeutic.
child,
I feel
You know?
the thing
better.
about being a child and the thing about being an adult is, you know when you can have a meltdown.
right, and
Yeah.
but it's allowing yourself those times, and it's
Everyone has meltdowns. I have meltdowns.
well, and I think that's why some people have midlife crises because they
didn't deal with their shit.
are okay. So this is what life's supposed to be like. You're supposed to get married. You're supposed to have kids. You're supposed to work a job you hate. You're supposed to go on vacation in a place you don't really like that much. Your job is mechanical and programmed. Nowhere in that time did you give yourself permission to be you, to have
Yeah.
your feelings, to sometimes just
so it's all built up,
Right,
and that's your
right.
midlife crisis.
And
is
I-
you're
yeah,
just
and
like,
that's
I gotta
Yeah,
stop.
you know what?
breaking
You know what that
point.
does? It makes you fucking follow Johnny Depp on Twitter. Makes you fucking talk about Johnny Depp all the time. Makes you have a Johnny Depp cardboard cutout. Makes you.
Because you get to a certain point in your life and you go, I don't fucking care what anyone else
Yeah.
thinks. And
Yeah.
I could see those moments in my life of when I've reached that, and those are the most important. Those the worst, lowest bottoms are some of my most favorite
Yes.
moments at this point in my life because you are just you come through.
You learn a lot.
You learn a lot about
Yes.
yourself, but you are honest at those moments.
Yeah.
You are honest, and then from there, and it's I don't know. I think we all kind of schedule some time with ourselves to be honest, and that's why I love creating so much and doing hair. But I couldn't tell you how many times a week we have such emotional conversations with our clients
Oh, we do.
that are honest. Like and if that's what someone wants to talk about.
There-
Sometimes people come in and you're just like
Being
laughing,
nuts, having
being
fun.
nuts, and being crazy, and then there's some people who come in and their husband just died.
Yeah.
And
They
it
need
gets
us.
real.
The
fucking
only two
quick.
places I have
Yeah.
ever seen that is in hair salons or barber shops or whatever, and in bars.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
people
I've had that
really?
in certain tattoo shops too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, that's true. Like that you really like let yourself go. Like you're around somebody all the time to the point where you like they're around you every 6 weeks. You're saying they feel comfortable enough to talk
They're
to
your
you.
friend.
They're your friends.
Absolutely.
They tell you their life story basically.
And we know each other, and we care. And I feel like my shop is definitely a place for someone to come and feel like they're seen. Honestly, like you're seen. We see you.
You're important.
You're
Yeah.
important here. You're not
And
just a person coming to get your hair done. And that's the difference. Like, I'm going to give you my heart. Like, for real, when you sit in my chair, I'm going to fucking do my best to make you look amazing. And I give people a piece of me. Like I said, I hope I don't cry on this, but like I do. I give people like a piece of me.
Do you
If
still
you cry, I'm gonna cry, and then she'll cry.
No, I'm serious,
And then
man.
Let's all
Like,
cry. Come
Yeah.
on.
These two
Let's
won't
have a
cry.
good cry.
So-
Come on,
the fact-
Jesse, hold our hands.
Come on, Jesse. I
Yeah.
need support. But
He's like, fuck
yeah,
this
I've done
shit.
this since I was a
I'm gonna
little
shake my
girl.
head.
It's my life, and I've struggled and I worked really hard for this. And like when people come in, I just want them to feel good. Like, and they do. I've seen women, like she said before, come in with their heads down, not feeling good, and like when they sit in my chair, I'm gonna give them great hair, and I'm gonna tell them every makeup tip I know, every esthetician that I know. Like I've been in the beauty industry for 20 years. I know a lot of fucking
We tell
tricks.
everybody about Dawn and Diane, and
Yeah.
just like whatever helps us get through and makes us awesome. I think the other thing too is we've all kind of been at points in our lives where we've either felt invisible, not good enough. And when you can see when someone comes in, I usually connect a lot to teenagers. I had a very, very rough teenage years. And
Well, probably that gothicness didn't really help.
no, it was way before. It's because both of my parents are addicts.
Yeah.
So, and that's where
okay.
the gothic
She
came
did
from.
that so that people wouldn't
That
see
was
her.
my shield.
That was her shield.
That was my shield to
She looked
protect
scary.
me because I was such a sweet person, but I was sick of going through shit. And
Okay.
I was like, you know what? People are fucking scared of me, and they're not going to pick on me anymore.
Scared
And
of
they
her,
didn't.
but you would be.
Scared.
Back in the
Scared.
day?
I'm 6 foot tall, And at the time, I was like 265 pounds, and I had a mohawk, and
Wow.
like,
Yo.
I'm a very different person now.
Yeah.
But what happened is
I couldn't even. Looking at you, I would never picture that.
people
yeah.
have not recognized me.
Yeah.
That were my best friends, like, and hadn't seen me for a while. They're like,
I'm telling you, when I met that kid 15 years ago, the journey we've had. I'm 38,
That's nuts.
and are you 30?
well, what it is
like,
I think for what we do is, and the same thing with Gwen is, Gwen was primarily raised by her grandmother, and then her grandmother passed when she was 14, and then she was, she was with her mom and stuff, but her mom was very young, and then Aunt Bonnie also helped raise her a lot. And I think there's times in your life where you, and then Gwen is my person, Aunt Bonnie is kind of her person for this. When you have felt like shit or felt like good enough, or why doesn't someone want me in their life, when you had a fucked up childhood, you're a poor kid, you can barely afford food, and someone comes in your life and goes, hey kid, you're important, that stays with you. And I think that's the really cool thing about being a hairdresser, is we get to make those connections, and there's people that feel like terrible, and then they leave the shop feeling like
happy.
They're parents and they like what they
They
see
feel
in the
like
mirror.
shit, and you make them feel beautiful.
I bring out it's what makes them feel beautiful.
Yeah.
So each person, that's different. Like my idea of beauty and Gwen's idea of beauty,
And you
is
connect with
different.
them.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's
absolutely.
sitting down with them, looking them in the eyes and going, what will make you feel beautiful? What can I do to you to make what's your idea of beauty? Some of my clients come in and they want to look like anime characters. Awesome. Some of my clients want to just look like
Victoria's Secret
very
models.
Yeah,
natural.
the next bride. Like
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. I mean, we
absolutely.
really do it all,
the
and
next
like
bride. Who says that?
we do brides. We do it all.
But I was
Yeah.
I was trying to say somebody wants to look like a beautiful bride.
Yeah,
Right,
the next
The next
bride.
bride.
Yeah.
The
And,
next-
and if
You
they
hit the
want to be
nail
an
on the head, bride.
alternative,
Brian is the next bride. Duh.
I saw.
Now, this is what I'm trying to get across, is that most salons are, I'm not saying most, I'm not trying to down talk anybody, but the way that you guys carry yourselves and the things that you do in the salon, and you open yourselves up to that with people, is like, I don't consider myself a regular person, and I'm very open to people, and I bring people in, and I don't care if they shit on me, and I don't care if you fuck my life up. Like, I'm not changing who I am to make you feel better about who you are, because I feel I see things in people that most people don't see, and I like to enlighten those moments on them. And I feel like you guys have such a special thing at that salon by just talking to you like this, because you guys are open to letting feelings be exchanged, and I don't think that you are able to let feelings exchange like that until you've been fucked over, until you've been shit on, until you've been through the ringer, the gauntlet, and all that shit. And from talking to the two of you, it seems like that when people come in there, like, I don't think you guys really are just saying they're leaving your friends or you're changing their mood. Like, I think you guys are doing like some powerful things over there.
yeah, thank
And I think
you.
a lot of that has to do with how open you are to spirituality and Reiki and stuff like that. And I know some people don't buy into all that, and I'm very open to whatever. And I'll prove him wrong by taking him to biofeedback.
Absolutely.
But until then, and you know what I mean? But I don't know. It's, you guys are really cool.
Thank you.
I think like one of the things that really hit home for me, because I used to have terrible self-esteem, and through my journey, like, watching all kinds of physics stuff, because I want proof. Like, I'm a science nerd. Like, one of my favorite things is quantum mechanics and big physics, like, universe in a nutshell.
why
and, like,
things happen.
right, like, why, and then with that, there's things that have happened to me that I can't explain. I can't explain that. But I know if I'm a positive person, or if I think about something and things just show up, you learn how to manifest. And once you tap into that frequency, it just happens.
I love
But
that.
along
I
the
love that.
journey, I read something that it's in a Deepak Chopra book, and it is.
I know who that is.
Love
It's a
him.
book of
We love
secrets,
him.
Which
That book
I-
changed my
Wait,
life.
what is this?
Deepak Chopra, The Book of Secrets. It's
And
an amazing
it
book.
was
so.
in
I'm gonna listen to this.
Penn
just to
Station,
get
New
that
York.
with
I
me.
needed a book to read on the train home, and I just went and I grabbed it, and it like jumped out at me. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, cool. And in it said, inside of us are all gods and goddesses in embryonic form waiting to be nourished. And that really hit home with me. And I really believe we are all divine beings. We are all, like, life's a gift.
It is,
We're
yeah.
alive. There's been times I'm looking at my dog going, I own this dog, and it's breathing.
I love
And
it.
it's moving. And this is fucking weird. Like, and I don't do drugs, which is really crazy. Like, but this is the things I think of on a regular basis. Like, man, I'll look into someone's eyes and get that connection, and you feel it in your gut. And there's times you meet people and you're like, man, I feel like I've known you for years, and you just met.
Yeah.
That's how it was with me and Gwen, and we have clients that we get to connect to.
Certain
with like
people
that.
feel like it was just like, wow, there's a reason I met you.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like every situation. where
Usually
you-
those are, the next bride.
Aww.
No, I just mean like if you're with somebody
Well,
and
yeah,
you want to get
you wanna
married,
marry
like,
them.
it's
Yeah,
the next
okay,
bride.
Make fun of what I said. It's cool.
I
Did
wasn't,
you
not
catch the
embarrassed,
bouquet at the
it's
last
fine.
wedding?
I wasn't making
No, I
fun
was
at
just-
all.
But it's true, you know. You do meet people and you're like, wow, you know. Her and I,
And the amount of
that's
people,
my life partner.
and the
This
amount of
is-
people that go
Well,
through
yeah.
your shop that you meet every day and you connect with, like, bring you further in life.
Absolutely.
And that's probably why you're so accepting.
Do you know the gift of talking to, let's say, 5 different women a day? And I do mostly women. I don't do a lot of men.
Hear all
have a
different
lot of male
stories.
She has
clients.
both. But I mean, I get so much from, you know, I have women in their 50s, I have women in their 60s, I have teenagers. And like the knowledge that each person has, the gift that
Different
each person has that
careers
they
they
can teach
have.
you.
Well, I
You
mean, that
know?
was the first thing I said to you
My
when you
God.
came in and we first started talking, and I was just like, I get to talk to somebody cool, or somebody that I think's cool every
can learn
Friday.
from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's our lives every day.
Yeah.
And like we have people that are
Brilliant.
nurses and doctors and
Oh, you know?
mortgage brokers and teachers
Everything.
Well,
and it's
And the
just like,
stupid thing that I just said that made no sense was
The next
basically
bride.
what I was saying is that you're always talking about different things and you're always experiencing new things just within the
Absolutely.
clients that
Oh,
you're
yeah.
talking to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you said did the Reiki, and you have 3 businesses. What's the second and third?
Well, no, doing hair.
Doing
is the
Side
hair.
first one.
businesses.
Doing hair.
I just meant your side business.
Doing hair is 1. 2 is the Reiki. 3, I started actually teaching energy workshops. I taught my first one.
Is that using the crystals and stuff?
No. So over the years, Diane has taught us so many
lot,
things.
yeah.
So you're
And we've
doing
done-
this readings.
No.
No, she doesn't do
I,
that.
I my first class was.
She probably would have said I do
teaching people-
readings.
Yeah, I don't.
You didn't.
No.
You said energy.
Yeah.
Will you explain energy?
So what
Nice.
what my last class was on was teaching people how to clear their energetic field.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different ways to do it. You can do Epsom salt baths. You can.
I did
use-
Epsom salt baths for a while.
They feel freaking
They're terrific.
awesome.
They are
You
good.
feel-
Mhm.
You like melt afterwards. But it
I
works
miss
on
my
the
Last time I
bath
did it,
energetic
I
field
just
as
smoked
well.
a bunch of weed and just laid there for like 3 hours, and then I was all pruny. and
You
felt
didn't put
weird.
enough Epsom salt in
Yeah.
if you were.
That's
putting
actually
it.
right after that he called me. That's when his ED started.
Oh,
Well, there you
man.
go.
He OD'd on
I
Epsom
put
salt.
too much Epsom salt.
I think you just smoked a little too much
Yeah.
weed.
Oh,
right.
But,
It was
impotent.
bad wax.
You can use crystals
Definitely
to
bad wax.
clear. There's all different ways to do it.
I can't wait to bring the crystal person on.
Yeah, you're
So that's
really
gonna be
like
cool. He's
Seth.
got
Yep.
he's got really cool
Yeah,
stuff.
I met him
Are
very
you gonna come
randomly.
in with him?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
guys,
I
you guys
can,
are
and
definitely
his,
open to
his
come back.
girlfriend's name's Lavender, and she's super.
I mean, by that
sweet,
time,
hippie
it'll just
girl.
be me and Jesse,
Her
and no one
legit
else will
name?
show up, so it'll be
No,
plenty of
wait,
seats.
no, Electric Eric.
I
Electric
hope he
Eric,
does.
he'll be
You know,
here.
with the
He
rate
wasn't
the
supposed to
rate
be here
the rate
tonight.
things are
Committed.
going. You know, we'll see.
You don't
I wasn't
think
even
I'll
supposed
be
to be here today. I was supposed to be.
Do I
Michael
think you'll be
elsewhere.
here? No, I think you'll be in a full blown relationship, and we won't ever talk to you again. And I think Chris will just be on vacation or something.
I'm nowhere close to being in a full blown relationship.
Yeah, but we're talking months down the road. I'm just being realistic. I'm
He'll
a
be here.
realist,
He's
you
gonna
know. I'm not a
stick it
nihilist.
out.
This is my
Nice,
Friday nights.
nice.
Like this is what happens.
This is a fun Friday night.
I like this. I like this.
I look forward to this every week.
Yeah.
I do.
I
think
used
the
to,
thing
and
that
still. I
mostly
used to look
for-
forward to this every week until Mike just started shitting on me every week.
Aw.
But he
it's-
likes that 'cause he
it's
comes
part of
back
the-
every week. He's got
Like-
dad issues, father issues.
got
he
the
learned last year.
Daddy
If I wouldn't
issues.
shit on him, he wouldn't come.
What you were just saying about you,
And he also can't come unless you shit on him.
Oh.
Into some
It's part of my
German
ED.
shit there.
Shizer, right over here.
I hope Aunt Bonnie doesn't
Jesse's
watch
got
this.
the what? He's got the Oktoberfest. Jesse's into the Shizer porn.
You always said you said you always scared people away with your appearance, and you're like, yeah,
Absolutely.
don't make fun of me. I always was the person who was just like,
Making fun of them.
yeah, no,
Well, he
making
was more
fun of
the
himself.
jester,
no.
right?
I was the person who was like, yes, make fun of me. I want attention drawn
Yeah,
to
that's
me.
how you got it. Yeah.
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 So I was like the complete opposite.
Mhm.
Like I just wanted people to recognize me and like if I didn't care what you
That's
said
why
about
you
me.
had like crazy hair and
hair
stuff
and
like that.
stuff.
Where
Yeah.
I was wearing upside down crosses and bringing my witch books to school.
Like, don't
and-
fuck with me.
Are
Right,
you guys into
honestly.
Wiccan? You ever get into Wiccan?
When we
used
were
to be,
kids,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
did. I
Any
did when I
weird
was
shit
a
happen?
kid.
You guys like ever
Yes.
get wrapped up in some shit? Get blamed for some murders?
No.
No, I've seen shadow people that freaked me out pretty bad. I don't like Ouija boards.
We definitely had a horrible ghost in our house where.
Oh, well, we lived together when she was opening up the shop, man. That thing wanted to push us down the stairs.
Do you believe in ghosts, Sheriff?
Yeah, man.
No.
Yeah, well.
Sheriff believes in nothing.
Sheriff believes in America and fucking guns.
Man.
That's
I
it.
think
beer.
that's pretty good,
And I'll
too.
lock you up,
I
you
hope.
fucking motherfuckers.
There's nothing. see, for me and Mike, we like if you tell us something, we'll be like, all right, yeah, that's possible. Jesse's just like,
No.
no, fuck that, dude.
Right.
That's not real.
All right. So
Like, fuck you. There's no ghosts. There's no
Gwen's
ghosts.
Gwen's
Well.
whatever. He was living with us at the time, and he was very much so like that. Very, I don't believe in that shit. Whatever, fuck that. You girls are crazy.
'Cause I'd say-
you're making this shit up. And there was a time that she came home, and she comes in the door, and she's like, "Shell D, where are you?" And I'm like,
Right here. dude.
I was laying on the couch, and she was like, "I just pulled in. Weren't you upstairs?" I was like, "No, dude. I've been laying here for at least 2-3 hours taking a nap." And she was like,
Oh, who's
"I
in the
just
bathroom?"
saw a person in the bathroom.
Nah,
like, I
dude.
saw a person."
Yeah.
My brother
So-
used to live in Nazareth, and his wife never told him, but until they moved. But there was a guy that used to just walk across the top floor, and she would be home by herself. And she said she didn't get a bad vibe from it, but she just knew he was there and was just like, okay.
I mean, when we moved into that house, I rented it from a client, and when I got to the top of the stairs, I was like, did somebody like get pushed down the steps here? Because when I'd get to the top of the stairs, I'd always feel like I'm gonna get pushed down the steps. Or
Now
if
hold
I
that
That's
thought.
that
You live in a
side.
really old house, Jesse, correct? You've never had vibes or anything like that?
Nope.
Has your wife?
Nope.
It
doesn't
the
matter,
house
yeah.
doesn't have to be old.
it just
for
has to have
you to
a stuck
have-
energy,
Yeah.
stuck something stuck there. I don't know.
Well, come
That
to
shit
find
freaks
out,
me
the
out.
only-
The
I'll
only
be
place
honest.
I've ever felt it was in the bar I used to work at.
Which
I've
bar?
never Slate Quarry Hotel.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're-
Up that what's the place in Stockertown? The Widows.
Widows.
Inn?
yeah, widows.
Okay, so I
They're
walked
in the
into the
book.
Widows. Yeah, well, I didn't know anything. Like, had no idea about anything. Walked in there.
Hold that
'cause-
thought. Eric, do you believe in any of this shit?
I'm on the fence.
He's never experienced it.
Right.
I didn't used
if
to
I,
believe in it.
If I would, it would be
didn't.
real.
I would-
and
We need to stay the
I'm-
night somewhere.
I'm a man
fuck
of
that,
like
that's all you do,
science,
uh-uh.
so I need to be able to connect it to
Dude,
what
I'm
I
the
know.
same way. Before I had experiences like this for a long time, Gwen was super into, for a while, like Bible and Christianity and stuff, and I was like, hail Satan. Not really, but I was just like, I was
In the
just
good
like,
old days.
I was
Yeah.
just like, you know what? I'm an atheist. I don't believe in shit. I
Nihilist,
don't believe in,
dude.
Right, nothing. Unless you gotta prove it to me. I don't believe in
But
any
can
of
we
this.
say when shit started getting nuts in our house
Right,
is when
then
I
I was
was
like-
studying the Bible back
Right.
then.
So what happened when you went into widows?
So when I went into Widows, I was with a
You got
friend of
terrible
mine.
service.
There's no one else there. no, I walked in, and when you walk in, there's this like dining room here, and the bar's over here, and the girl's like, "Oh, do you want to sit in the dining room?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, cool, whatever." So I sit down, and I keep looking at like the stairway, and that like there's a
The one going upstairs?
yeah. And again, I know nothing of this place, never been there before, and I keep looking over there, and I'm like, something happened in there.
I got
don't
an
know.
eerie feeling from the same staircase. That's why I asked.
Right. Okay, so come to find out that this guy hung himself there. And I was like,
Really?
yeah. And so because I said something to the waitress. I was like, what's up with that staircase? And she's like, well, we have some ghosts and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like,
Yeah, there's a couple things that happened. My mom worked there for years.
That's
Right.
and
so
she
weird.
she was a
That's
hostess.
so weird that you get that energy.
But she said she was a hostess, and it's written up now. They have a little write up
Right,
about
right.
it. But back then,
weird
they would
shit
swear.
used to happen. Yeah.
There were waitresses that used to stay late, and they would swear like books flying across the room.
I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard that too. I've never
So-
been there,
She
but I
never
heard that.
seen it, but there was people that swore they saw it. But
Right.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
again, I don't know. So I just thought it was weird that I kept staring at that spot. Like, why would I stare there? Like, no reason. And then the lady's telling me the story. They're like, well, we don't know if he actually hung himself or he was hanged. And I was like, well, no, he was definitely hanged, and he was in love with someone, and for some reason, no, she didn't tell me anything more than that.
Yeah.
That was it. I was like, for some reason, he couldn't be with the person he loved, and they hung him. They killed him. And she goes, well, he was a black man, and he was in love with a white woman. I was like, there you go.
That's
And
it.
there was connections to the Underground Railroad. I didn't know any of that shit. I just intuitively, sometimes I just know shit. I don't know how I know shit. I just trust it.
Yeah.
No clue. No idea. But I was just like, that was one of the moments where I was just like, okay, he's not going to stop haunting that place.
Have you been back since?
I was back there once since, and we were in a totally different area, and it was okay. Like, I don't know. It was just like a weird experience on like a Monday afternoon.
Yeah,
it
like
was
you weren't
just, like,
expecting that.
No,
I
I didn't. I had no idea the place was supposed to be haunted. I just walked in. I wanted a burger.
Yeah.
Like, and then next thing you know, I'm like, why am I looking over here? Like, this is fucking weird. And then the lady's like, well, that's where this happened. I was like, oh, that makes
yeah,
Do you-
that's scary stuff.
Do you know what that dude's name was?
not off the top of my head.
Marvin.
Are you vaping?
Yeah,
Like cigarette
yeah.
vaping? Oh. I need to get a, no he's not. I need to get a vape pen.
There's
I have
vaping
lots of-
Oasis that's supposed to be like.
When
the
I
I
best
hate to
One-
get off
around.
subject.
I'm
but,
just trying to get addicted to
Something
what
different.
stops you from being addicted to something.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Why not?
it at least smells better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a serious question.
Okay.
For who?
Our guests.
You're all right, man.
Really?
You're like fading and shit. Just leave the mic alone and just talk. You're getting weird.
No. Now that you're where you're at with your business, you're successful, and
Bring it in a little.
sorry I don't have headphones.
No, you're
'cause
fine.
You're fine.
Jesse.
Come on, dude.
Ah,
Come
come
on,
on.
finish your thought.
Keep going.
You always
So,
put your big boy pants on
Where
when you get
do
weird.
you want to go with your business? You got what? 3
There's
employees
there's
now.
4 of us there.
and you're
including
looking for
you?
2 more.
And then we have Homie, our assistant. I don't ever want to lose what Hair to Die For is. What we just experienced here, like, that's, you know what I mean? Like, connecting with
Yeah.
us and having a beautiful experience. And people who are passionate about doing hair and who are also good people. You know, I don't ever want it to be this just big conglomerate, and it loses what my vision was, which was the place where you can go, get your hair done, feel good, and just be accepted for who you are. And so that takes a certain type of person. At the shop I'm at right now, it's smaller. I could house 6 hairdressers total. There's 4 now. And after I did that, I think I'd chill for a little bit.
Yeah.
Now, would
So
I
you
be
kind of want to stay where you're at
Wants
for a
to
while.
stay
Yeah.
small.
if I find a bigger spot for us, I signed a 5-year lease. I'm going to be there
Yeah.
for at least 5 years. Would I like for us to have a little more room? We don't even have a back room. Next time you come to my shop, you want to talk about organization, there's no back room. All my storage is built into the furniture, and we have a tall desk so that we can hide behind. And
I need
Some
homie's
other
help.
cabin.
You know?
Yeah, well,
But
I'll give you her number.
I would like-
Listen.
eventually I would like a shop that is probably about 4 times the size of my shop right now.
But what sucks now is that when you
You don't
started
want to leave
this,
your location.
I
though,
love my
really.
location.
It's so
when you
good.
started this, it was cheap rent because the area sucked, and now that area is booming.
You're right, yeah.
You're gonna pay fucking 5 times what you
Yeah.
would.
I mean, and I might not really in the next couple of years.
There's no
You know-
room for expansion off your shop.
No, there's not there.
What's above it?
It's
a
like it's dilapidated
dilapidated
old like apartments. But you know what prompted me to do this was wanting to excel my career, wanting to make something different. And Robert Cromians is one of our idols, and he's a millionaire hairdresser, and we've taken many classes from him. And one year I was going to move to California. Shell and I were going to move to California back then after my breakup.
I was gonna work for Paul Mitchell.
You
She
know?
wanted to work for Tony and Guy, and
And Robert
I
Cromians
feel like
said,
that's the place to
So you're
go
gonna
when
move
you're
out west.
so he said,
and
girls, yeah. He said, don't, why don't you be the big fish in the small pond? Is there anything
That's the advice I was given.
amazing? Is there anything amazing in your shop, in your town? Set the bar. Do something different. Like, everybody moves to California. Everybody moves to New York.
be
Yeah.
the LA of your town.
Yeah.
Bring LA to you. Bring
That's what
New
he
York
said.
City to
That's
you.
fucking awesome.
Be
That's
the
what he
pizza
said.
in Nazareth.
Yeah.
Be the fucking pizza in
Yeah.
Nazareth.
And we took that
That's
advice.
the complete opposite.
What I'd
of
like
what
to
the
do in the
advice
next couple of
was.
years is, I'd really like to see the salon grow. I'd like to see a lot of new customers and have my girls be so busy. I want my girls to just live great lives and be successful. My girls are happy. And I
That's
would
an
like to
awesome
get
boss.
married, and I'd like to be a mom myself
Yeah.
personally. Like, I'll always do hair, and I will always have hair to die for. But that boy that I broke up with back then, him and I just got back together 12 years later.
Look at that.
So it was a 12-year off and on relationship, and we had 12 years apart. And now that he's 40 and I'm 38, we never loved anybody like that in our whole lives. And I think you have to grow apart and grow on your
Yeah.
own.
And become who
Like
you
I
need
said
to be.
earlier, you
Yeah.
gotta figure out who you are and what you want to do.
And I thanked him. We stayed friends the whole time, and I thanked him for what
That was
happened.
the best. He's like, really, Krause? You're thanking me for being an
An
asshole?
asshole. I said, if you didn't do, if all that didn't transpire when we were 26, I might not have had the guts
Yeah.
to do this.
Yeah.
And I would have never, like, hair to die for. That's my baby. That's like my fucking heart. Like,
Yeah.
I love that shop. I love my girls. Like, we go to work every day. We have great music. We burn incense. We got oils going. Like,
You
You
can't.
should probably
we
get
have a great
incense and oils,
time.
Jesse.
we have a great time, and we're
can't get
doing
a
great. Yeah.
relationship in like high school and just
No.
and figure out who you
No.
are at the same time.
I mean, we went out and
Well,
broke up and
also,
went out and broke up, but
You need to experience what's amazing about each other, and sometimes it's going through bad relationships and going, man, with this person, like, I don't have to worry about him cheating, or I don't have to worry about him like not working and being lazy, or I don't have to worry about him doing drugs, or I don't
You
have to worry
appreciate the
about
normal in somebody.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because you're always like, well, I wish they were more like this or that, or this guy over here is going to treat me better. Well, guess what? This guy over here did this and that, and and then you're like, wait, these are the reasons why I love you, and yeah, if you have to go through the shit to appreciate
Yeah.
the good stuff.
So I really just want, I just want a beautiful life, and I just want peace. And
What I think is
wake up
awesome
happy.
is the fact that you basically just said you're really happy with where your business is at.
I am.
And I just asked you where you want to go with it, and you basically just said I
You're
love
there.
where I'm at. I'm
Yeah.
where I
She
want to
wants
be.
to maintain it. And
I'm
keep
really,
it.
it's really beautiful, and it's the perfect element. And like, seriously, when I say I want my girls happy, like,
Yeah.
my stylists are fucking happy. They're happy.
Any
got a
boss who
dream
says
job, man.
any boss who says I want my employees to be happy, I want to make money, and I want my employees to make money, and I want everyone to be happy, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks. And my girls, we have a good life. Like, we live a very good life. Like, mean,
It stopped. We went too far.
oh,
Pause. I
We've been
warned
talking for,
you.
like, 3
I was
hours.
gonna wrap it up.
okay.
I warned you.
I was trying to wrap it up with the where he
By
wanted
the
to
way,
go with your
before we
business,
start
but
recording-
we went too far.
Oh, never mind. Go ahead.
We would like
when
to
I have to
I'll
say,
do it.
I can't start again. Like, I have to save for a while. So
It's
you
fine.
got to give me like 5
I
minutes.
tried.
Try, can
to
I
warn
pee
you.
then?
Yeah. You
Yeah,
can
go
pee.
ahead. Break period.
You didn't pee yourself.
Can you save and restart again?
I mean, I've
I'm
definitely.
gonna have to have two of them, and I'm gonna
What's
have to
that, huh?
piece them together.
Oh yeah. Sometimes she sneezes too.
Like I
hard.
have to save the whole thing, so it's gonna take time for it to.
In one of these podcasts, there's a story about me actually pissing myself.
There is legit.
I got stuck in traffic, was going to an appointment, thought I'd get to the appointment and be able to piss. There was somebody in the bathroom. He was in the
You do know that we're still live, right? And this is all still being recorded. The sound is totally live, and everyone can hear you.
Hey, they're like, okay, do you just
Is this
want to
number
go back and
26?
start your appointment?
Yeah. Sorry, Jesse.
No.
It was like 4 points where I was trying
I'm
to
like,
get in.
no,
And you just
I
wouldn't
have to
stop.
piss so bad.
He's gripping the air too. Hold on.
Are we still on air?
Yeah, we are. No, we're live.
Man, don't fuck with the
So
markers,
the
alright?
Live
video
video.
footage is still rolling. The audio is still being recorded. So I have all this.
On that, but not. I'm not on my.
Yeah, yeah.
Should I show my dick?
You can. We may or may not get flagged, meaning we can't broadcast anymore under that channel name.
Yeah.
That would, I think that might be a hit on the brand. Might. Might.
What
Ready?
is that?
This is my shirt.
It's a shirt with a bunch of holes in it.
Shirt that really doesn't do too much.
The
called
feed's
fashion.
still going.
Matches my hair. Oh, I'm sorry.
No. I'm just letting you know.
Oh yeah. He was warning you. Like we're still live as far as the video and audio,
Oh,
but
okay.
it stopped recording, so we need to. He needs to reset it.
Okay.
So,
Gotta do his techie stuff over there.
are you going to be looking at other stylists? You said this
Yeah,
is just off
definitely.
the record kind of stuff.
But it's
Oh,
not.
yes.
We're still recording. You can stop
Right.
recording.
I can't
You can't lie.
Testing.
Why can't
because
you?
Is it?
it's not like a pause and start again
Well, why wouldn't you just end it?
because we still have more
I don't know.
to go. Right? You still have to close it out.
Yeah, I was just gonna do like
Hey.
a quick wrap up.
Hey, small
Yeah,
dick.
it's gotta wait till this. It has to. It has to
Eric's
export
got a
down
teeny dick.
and save it. So then I can open it.
When I do the wrap up, just don't talk at all, right?
Me?
Yeah, I'm not trying to be a dick. Like, just don't talk at all. I'm gonna
So
wrap
then
it
you
up,
can
say
just-
thank
yeah.
you, blah 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 blah, and then it's over. We can't go into other conversation.
I gotta hear where it ended
Yeah.
and see where it goes.
I think we were. He was just asking me what else I want to do with my shop, and I said that I like that my people were happy.
Yeah.
And he was like, if I had a boss, and it's good that you want your people happy. Well, they're my best friends, so.
Yeah, to the point she showed up at my house the other day, like, dude, you okay? You don't seem right. You're like,
That's good, though.
snippy.
Oh,
You're not a
yeah.
sleepy person.
You have to talk to your best friends. I mean, to be somebody's friend for 15 years, like, actually, she's the only friend I've had straight for 15 years that I didn't take breaks with. Because her and I, specifically, we talk about everything. Even if it's uncomfortable, man. There's times we have
There's
to tell
been
each
times
other.
I crawled on, like, climbed on top of her, grabbed her by the face. I was like, dude, I gotta talk to you about this.
I wish I was that
And she's
cold
like,
all the
I
time.
don't.
You probably have Raynaud's
What?
disease.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
just have to, you know.
I love
Hands down
you.
purple.
You have to
Yeah,
hear
Roger
me.
has a.
So are we
Maybe I
gonna
have
we're
radar
gonna plug
poison.
them then? Like, I have their Facebook address if you wanna.
plug me in the asshole.
Jesus Christ!
Once again,
It's
still
listen.
I don't think. I
Listen,
think you guys
listen.
should fuck on the feed.
No,
Totally cool. I mean, we'll leave.
it's Facebook.com. He's not listening.
I'm not sure what.
H the number 2 D the number 4 Easton. So it's
HG for Easton?
Facebook.com/H the number 2 D
That-
the number
that's
4
what it is?
East. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking at it right now.
Oh, great. Okay, yeah.
Cool.
And-
HGD
You should
4.
probably know that.
I'm so sweaty.
Yeah,
I didn't
no,
remember
I got it right
that
here.
for
Wait,
HGD.
Facebook?
messaged me
What,
on
Facebook?
I sent you that book.
What are you talking about?
Hey man, I got a small dick.
That's not what I said.
So
Do you on
the
Facebook,
live
their
feed,
page?
can people watch the video later? Like if I put a
Yes,
link to it.
it'll be on YouTube.
Okay, so
Nice.
there'll be a link to it, and then a link. Do I send them to Never Again?
Clothing.com.
Do I send them to
It's right there.
neveragainclothing.com
And then
and your
you can get all the
Facebook,
stuff
or
off
just
of that.
neveragainclothing.com is where I
You
send
send
them?
them to the website.
The web,
Okay.
And then,
the web address.
I'll fill you in on. I don't.
Oh, Facebook slide. Whatever.
Yeah,
What we'll do first is,
Facebook.com/H the number 2. But
We'll
it's
put it on Facebook.
you know
and
what
it'll be
tripped
on
me up?
SoundCloud, and it'll be on iTunes.
Okay.
And then we'll just share that. And then when it's up on
See,
the web page, then you can share that too. I'll just
Okay.
tag you in the shit I'm doing, and then
Yeah,
you
do
a
that.
good job
And
of
share it and
saying your own stuff.
post
Do
it
that.
around.
We can come back and do some fun stuff here.
No, I want to definitely do a makeover with
I'm
I
a,
think- yeah.
I'm afraid though of my sister's wrath. Like, isn't it like a sin to go to another stylist?
Well, I
Well,
mean,
that's why I said earlier, like, that's you go to your sister, like that's loyalty.
Yeah.
Yeah. We would never.
Where do you get your haircut, Jesse?
Lady who bought my grandmother's house.
What do you think of those barbershops that do it super old school and do like
That's
the hour?
amazing.
I never saw that till I did the tattoo convention.
Yeah.
The one around
Was it
here, and
Loyalty
they
Barbershop?
Yeah, those
That's
guys
my
are
old boyfriend,
rad.
Brian.
Loyalty.
We were together for years. He's a great
Really?
person, the owner of
Yeah.
that. The
Yeah.
little guy, Brian Nardella.
Yeah.
That's Brian's place.
Yeah.
He was
he's
my
a good
boyfriend for
dude.
years.
He's a very
Is he
He's a
on
wonderful
Southside?
person.
He did my,
Okay.
or I went and did loyalty at the Scranton
Yeah.
tattoo shop.
I'm gonna try and get him to come on the show when I don't think they do the tattoo convention around here anymore.
Yeah.
They did it that one year and I don't think it went well. And then they definitely do the one up in Reading.
Right.
I'm
That's
so
where they're
happy.
from,
Well,
correct?
he's from Scranton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From Scranton.
Yeah.
I'm so happy he went to
Scranton.
beauty
Save them.
school.
I just have to.
Oh,
I got my whole
I'm just
shit
trying to-
trimmed
not
up.
trying to rush
Yeah.
you. I just kind of wanted to.
Those
bring
are
it
good.
up.
They did the whole
That's
thing,
what I was
and then at the
gonna-
end
I
of it, I
was
just
gonna
went
take
over.
it
I was
off.
like, "You guys are fucking
Pretty
awesome,
live.
man.
Yeah.
That's so
They're-
top
It was gonna
notch."
be much longer.
They're amazing and
Yeah.
good people. And Brian, when I say like,
Oh, I see.
He's a
I have
good-
some ex-boyfriends that like I'm like that person will always be my friend. Like he will
Oh, no.
always
Yeah, I
be
don't- I
my
don't have it
friend.
with anybody else.
He's
You
like
do it with
he's
anyone.
wonderful. And when I met him, he
He
was
like, "Can't wait to
Yeah.
hear about them
That's
getting
what-
hit by
what
a
the hell
car."
did he used to do? He used to do graphic design. He was a police officer. He couldn't
Yeah.
find his niche, and he was like 32. And actually, being with me, he just seen how happy I was, and he was like, "Gwen, if it wasn't for you, I never went to barbering school." Like
Yeah.
he went after we broke up to barbering school,
Yeah.
and he just fucking nailed it, man. Like he's doing
I
really
mean, you
good.
meet people for reasons.
Miss
Really
New
do.
Judy.
I love him. His
Yeah,
mom.
he's a
Miss
very.
Judy.
He's good. That's
His
his mom.
mom's name's Judy.
So we'd sing
And
to
that
her.
song, Miss New Booty, was out.
She's like
So-
old-fashioned
Very,
Italian.
Very old-fashioned, very proper.
Yeah.
She would watch the programs on television,
Yes.
and
Programs.
She's-
I need my HCG.
she was very,
You're
very
what?
old school.
Sure.
I'm on
Jesse, is it
I'm
up
on a
yet?
detox, and I have a supplement that I take while I'm on it.
Jesse, is it up yet?
No.
I don't know where the hell it is. And I
Jesse.
can't find it.
Fall asleep.
Jesse.
Where is it? Oh, there it is.
That was a good fucking podcast.
Did we
not
do?
over
Did we
yet,
do
dude.
good?
I talked as much as Chris.
Use your hands a lot, bro. Don't do that with the mic or the stand. No, you just move it around like that. It gets loose, and the mic's gonna fall.
You know, it gets loose.
That's like, you know, I have this saddle chair. And you know, from standing for 10 hours a day, it gets old. So I have this chair, it's all ergonomic. It looks like a saddle though.
Yeah.
And so I use it to cut short haircuts. You know, you're doing long hair, you got to really be seeing it. And
She's tall.
I'm really tall. It hurts my back to try
How
and
tall
get
are
down.
you? She's
I'm
almost
5'11".
6 foot. She's tall.
Yeah.
You don't have to- you don't have to stand up.
I'll
Stand
stand up
up.
later.
No, do it
She's got
now.
a little, she's got a
No.
little like polar bear on her.
Dude, I'm warm under
They're
this.
comfortable.
So, but clients and little kids are always, and it's half the time it's more
They get on their
adults.
saddle.
They start like spinning it. That thing was freaking $150.
$200.
Was it
$200 saddle.
That thing was expensive, and then our friends always sit on it, and I'm like, dude.
Our 400-pound friends, you mean, sit on it?
Yeah.
And they
Is it
broke the
legitimately
wheels.
a saddle?
Yeah, it's, it looks
Yeah.
like a.
It's
a
not a
saddle
real
on
saddle, but
wheels.
it's ergonomic, so you sit up proper, and it's just like people touching our tools all the time. I'm like, do you know how much that shit costs?
Don't touch
Like
it.
that's expensive.
A lot.
And especially being a hairdresser, like you pay for all your own stuff.
That's what
So
we get my
blow
sister every
dryer's
year for Christmas.
$150.
Yeah, scissors are $300, $400.
And she used to sharpen them like so many times through the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, that's $25 every time you sharpen them.
Yep. It's a lot.
Do you
Yeah.
send those out to people?
We have a guy that
actually
comes
just
in.
got a new dude that he's, oh my god, like razor blades.
I'm
Actually,
starting
Like the guys
to-
who come to kitchens and they sharpen the knives.
If
Yeah,
I start a
similar to that.
business sharpening scissors, will you use me?
You gotta be good. You can't ruin our scissors.
yeah.
They're expensive, dude.
I'm
Trust
good at
me.
everything
I
I
bought
do.
many a pair for my sister.
Yeah.
It's the cost of getting free haircuts.
Yeah, there's a guy. We found the new guy. He just started coming in, and he was there for
He does it
hours the
right
other
there.
day.
He has
And
it
I gave him
set
like,
up and-
I have so many pairs of scissors from over the years, and I
Yeah,
haven't
I think
used.
like 5, 6
I gave him
pairs.
5 pairs of my scissors to sharpen.
He was like,
that
oh
day.
my god.
I was like, dude, just go for it. I'd like to
I'm
use
always
these.
the guinea pig. So he comes in on a Thursday.
Yeah, he did a
He's
great job.
Phenomenal.
did a
Seriously,
really good
I
job.
have nicks all over my hands. I have a couple things healing right now. Like,
Cutting your fingers.
yeah,
Right.
and they're like
So,
really
yeah,
all right.
shades.
Can I hear a
Yeah.
little
Yeah,
bit of a
can-
playback?
I can't hear it, so.
We
Can I
do a
hear
lot of
playback
point
to where it
cutting,
ends or no?
And that's always where I get myself up in here. I have little V's
Yeah.
all over the place.
If it's a problem, we don't have to just tell me what it
I
was.
gotta open up a different program. Hold
You
on.
you said you do construction.
I'm missing chunks out of my hands.
Ugh.
I don't know how I'm gonna
You have to
edit
get
this
stitches
week, Mike.
before.
I don't know if you want me to leave the filler. Like,
Just leave it all in.
All right,
It'll be the easiest way to do it.
it would, but
Yeah, do it that way.
all right.
I think my opening.
You could
is
hear
pretty
us
good.
that us.
How
taking
how
chunks
good
out
was
of
my
our
opening,
hands.
Jesse?
Huh?
How good was my opening?
It sucked.
I don't know. I didn't listen to it.
Not as bad as all your closings.
Clothings.
My clothings are supplied by Never Again, so you shouldn't say that.
Closings.
See,
Can I buy some clothes before we leave today?
Sure, if you want
There you
to.
go.
Yeah.
What do you want?
what are we using to record it?
My hat came off.
What are we using? What program are we using to record it?
What are you talking about?
What program?
GarageBand.
All right.
Hear ye, hear ye. Come one, come all, to the circus bazaar. If you're into paranormal stunts and supernatural sideshow freaks, then step this way and witness into the world's circus.